the outfit that I'm putting
Oh,
together.
yeah?
Yeah, man. I found some compression pants, some wrestling pants that are they're dope.
Yeah, you got
Yeah,
him.
yeah, they're
Can't
dope.
wait to see him, man.
Yeah, no, they're loud as hell, man. They're super loud, and yeah, I'm coming in hot. I promise you that. I'm ready. I'm ready
Nice.
for this, man.
You're ready.
So that's if you don't know, Ark and Brawl is January 25th. It's a 100% free wrestling event comprised of 4 different independent wrestling leagues that are coming into one show. So we'll have 9 matches that day.
Yeah, we're gonna have 9 matches. We're gonna have the Ark and Brawl, where whoever wins basically, it's gonna be a over the top rope battle royal style.
Yeah, and they're going to get a prize for that.
Yeah, they'll get a trophy and kind
the
of
first annual Ark and Brawl.
yeah, first annual Ark and Brawl champion, and then
Yeah.
we'll have you in the main event facing off against Jimmy Buffet for
Yeah.
the VCW champion.
No, we're closing the buffet. That's for sure. The buffet will be closed, just like Luby's.
Hey, and
He's going the way of Luby's.
speaking about wrestling and Ark
Yeah.
and Brawl and everything, for everybody watching, they have officially opened up voting now for the Mid-South Wrestling Awards. You remember me talking last
Yes,
week that I was
yes.
nominated as announcer / commentator. of
Yeah,
the
I
year.
voted for you, and I hope everybody will get out and vote for you. You can go over to, for sure, Rich Rockwell's page
Yep.
and vote for him there. I think we're going to get it on the blog a little bit later as well.
Awesome.
Yeah, yeah. And don't you have an event coming up at Hard Riders or something?
Yeah, actually this Saturday. If y'all want to come out, we got TNR is putting on their Drunken Bar Fest, I believe it's called. I have to look it up the exact name of it. It's going to be at Hard Riders this Saturday.
Okay.
Right there in Jacksonville?
Yeah,
Rock-
Jacksonville,
yeah.
Cabot area. Yeah.
Yeah. I believe doors open at 6, first bell at 7. I'll be there doing that announcing thing.
Oh, that's
so-
cool. Yeah,
man.
yeah. Get out there and see him, man. That'll be a lot of fun. That's a fun place to go hang out and have some booze and
Come hang
you know.
out, have a drink, watch some wrestling.
have several drinks. It
Right.
makes it a lot better.
Meet me and
Yeah.
kind of get a glimpse of some of the talent that's going to be there at Ark and Brawl ahead of the
Yeah, that'd be great, man. That'd be great. Let's see what else is going on this morning. Make sure and tell your friends, patrickandthepeople.com. If you go over to the Facebook page or to our blog, you may or may not have heard that we entered in, we had been, I guess, trying to get accepted into a reality show that's for entrepreneurs
Mm-hmm.
for our show. And we were selected, and we went through a long process where, we fill out the application, then we answer video questions, then we did an in-person Zoom, and finally they let us know, I guess it was a Sunday night,
Yeah.
or Monday night, maybe even that we were selected.
Nice.
But we do have to pay for our expenses while we're there. That's just part of the deal. And so we've got a little GoFundMe there. If you can help us out, it would be great. We just don't have any budget. And this is big for us because it's on Amazon Prime. It's hosted by Wes from The Challenge. He started the competition.
Yeah.
And it's a big deal for us because we would get to work with the best entrepreneurs in the world who will help sit down with us to craft out things specifically for this program to make it better, and it lasts about a week, and we could win several $1,000s
Right.
for the business as well. So if you can help us out, look, if you can just give
And even-
$5, $1, $10, I don't give a damn, man. Anything that you can help us with would be very appreciated because, like I said, we just don't have a lot of budget yet. It's just keeping the show going. So that'd be
Right.
great if you could. Hey, it's going to be a lot of fun to do that, man.
Man, it is. That's going to
Yeah,
be a
it's-
heck of an experience.
It's
for
up in Tulsa, so we'll drive there and stay for a week, and then each day you do different competitions based on different themes for entrepreneurs. So it might be a marketing theme, and then at the end of each day, some designated member of the team gets up and gives the presentation.
Okay.
And that's how you win each day, is giving the best presentation, the one that the people are most interested in, that sounds the best. And I feel like I'm pretty good at
At
that-
talking?
yeah, running my mouth,
You
yeah.
might have a little experience doing that. or
I
something,
think I got an edge on some of those folks in that regard, because I don't mind. I mean, hell, I've done stand up, I've done it all. I'll get up in front of anybody and talk,
So now, are there do they vote like a team off at the end of every presentation then?
No,
Or,
it's
I mean,
it's
you're
not that
just.
way. It doesn't work like that, but I think it's a cumulative amount of points that you earn as you go through to determine the winner.
Okay.
So I don't think anybody's booted out like
Yeah.
in a traditional reality show. It's as much about growing businesses and helping you as an entrepreneur. It's only a week long.
I was
It's
going to say, so
not like
that's.
it's 30 days or 100 days like Big Brother, which I am auditioning for Big Brother.
Are you?
Yeah, hell yeah, I am. I'm going to do my video after the show today.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was doing it earlier and you walked in.
I was wondering.
Yeah, that's what I was doing. I was shooting my Big Brother video. I'd been working on it for a few minutes. So, well, I think I got an extra minute. Let me just do it, and
Right.
then when I heard the door open, I went, oh, shit, okay.
I applied for like one of those Netflix shows forever
Oh,
ago.
did you?
It was called The Circle.
Oh, that's a big show. Yeah, I like
it
that
was.
show.
And I never made it. I made it to like the final casting.
Man,
call,
you just
but,
gotta.
yeah, it's,
There's so many of them out there. If you just get on one, just apply for a bunch of them. Because
Yeah.
if you just get on one and do
you pretty much
anything, you can get in the circuit a little bit.
wrote your ticket just.
Yeah, yeah. You're almost if you can make it just a little bit into it, you've almost guaranteed you're going to get some other reality show as well.
Really? Okay.
And they'll start reaching out to you because now you have reality TV experience, and that's what they're looking for. You know what I mean? All right, let's get to a little bit of news here and talk about that.
Oh man.
A San Diego area man is under investigation. It was learned he communicated with the Wisconsin school shooter. Carlsbad, California resident Alexander Pappendorf has been ordered to surrender his guns after a judge approved a gun violence restraining order. Authorities say during an interview with FBI agents, the 20-year-old admitted to talking to 15-year-old Natalie Rupnow online, telling the teen about his own plans to arm himself and carry out an attack against a government building. He was trying to coordinate the attacks. Rupnow, of course, killed a student and a teacher before turning the gun on herself at the school earlier this week. Man, that's crazy. That's the
so
negative power of the internet.
Yeah.
When you have people who are, fringe or who have been activated in a negative manner and they can talk to each other. That's bad.
Yeah.
That's bad.
Oh yeah.
Now this could be good for you. The already massive Mega Millions jackpot rolled over again. Tuesday night's grand prize unclaimed. That means the drawing coming up Friday is worth at least $825 million. It's the largest Mega Million jackpot that's ever been up for grabs in the month of December. By the way, if you cash that out, which is the only way to go if you win the lottery, that would be just over $382 million. That'd probably give you a good 2025.
Somebody in New York or California will be super happy.
You think that's where it'll be?
Well, it always seems like it's that way, man.
No, does it?
Dude. Yeah, it's always somebody in like New York, California, Washington, somewhere.
Well,
where
they
there's
just have
like 8
denser
gazillion
populations.
people. Yeah,
Well,
Yeah.
somebody's got to win. May as well be you, Rich.
I mean, I would love to.
Well, you know what? Celebrities all deciding to get into politics, and now it's Paris Hilton. That's right. Reality TV star / model spoke to The Hill yesterday after a bill she advocated that supports at-risk children was passed by the House. The Stop Institutional Child Abuse Act was passed after it unanimously cleared the Senate last week. Hilton said she'd never felt prouder. There's definitely more to do. I'll be coming back to D.C. That she must be taking a page out of Kim Kardashian's book.
Yeah.
Did you know that, not that you watch it or even care, but Kim Kardashian, that's how she really broke through. She worked for Paris Hilton. She was her closet designer.
Oh.
That's what she used to
That's how
design
she got-
big, rich people's closets. She would set
Right.
up some kind of closet system for them that I guess was supposed to be all cool and everything. And so she was on Paris's show from that. And then, of course, she had a special video with Ray J that helped her too.
Oh,
You
yeah.
may remember that one.
Yeah.
Let's see. The Charlotte Hornets have learned very quickly you don't give a kid a toy and then take it away. The NBA is apologizing for dropping the ball on an on-the-court giveaway when Charlotte's mascot gave a kid a PlayStation 5 during the break at the Spectrum Center Monday night. A friend later posted on social media that the game console was taken away when the cameras were turned off and the kid was given a jersey instead.
Uh-huh.
apparently there was a big miscommunication about the stunt. So after a bunch of backlash, they issued an apology and said they would give it to him and also a VIP experience to the game.
Why would you do that in the first place?
I don't know, but
Where
it
did
sounds dumb as hell.
Yeah, who had that idea?
No, I mean, that's you talk about, man, a letdown as a kid.
Yeah.
You mean you gave me a PS5, now I got to trade it for a jersey?
Yeah,
man, screw you,
Yeah,
man.
for real. I'd be like, I'm done. Bye.
By
Forget the Hornets.
Right. By the way, if you don't know, it's very cold today. It was 36 just earlier. I don't know if it still is, but it's going to be very cold today, not only here, but forecasters telling holiday travelers in the East to prepare for freezing weather in the days ahead. About 120 million Americans are going to travel over the Christmas holiday. If you're traveling the East, you better bundle up. Not that you wouldn't anyway, but they say it's going to be the coldest air of the season. The Midwest may get a heavy snow from a Canadian storm front called the Alberta Clipper. It's a good name. We just have things like Hurricane Albert, you know. Anyway, the best chance for snow on Christmas Eve will be in the Northeast and Northwestern states.
Yeah, we get leaves for Christmas.
Yeah. But yeah. Bluey is the number one streaming show through last month. Yes, it's tops for preschoolers, but apparently there's a large adult following as well. The show boosted Disney Junior enough to give the channel 4 of the top 10 shows for preschoolers in the U.S. The channel's ranked number 1 for kids 2 to 5 for the third year in a row. Man, this is a little weird. First of all, Blondie is still alive. Second of all, Blondie confirmed their upcoming album.
Wow.
Yeah, guitarist Chris Stein shared an update on Blue Sky saying with John Congleton, new Blondie record next year. His post included pictures of Debbie Harry and the producer in the studio. He produced the band's most recent album, Pollinator. Wow, they had a recent album. It came out in 2017.
There's a lot of news with inside that news article.
Right, no doubt. Christmas a week away. Oh my God, is it a week away, man? Are you serious right now? Is that
Under
what's
a
going
week
on?
away.
What
6
the hell
days.
happened, man?
Telling you.
How did that happen?
Everybody's getting a text message from me for Christmas.
Yeah, that's a special text with a present.
Right.
The TSA is already seeing a high number of items being confiscated at Denver. A sword hidden in a cane, one of those items. It looks like a cane. It was brought by a 91-year-old woman on Saturday to the checkpoint when it went through X-ray, because they X-ray everything. They said this is a cane sword. So the cane, of course, is concealed in the handle of the sword itself.
Right.
I've seen a bunch of these, but as a matter of fact, I think we have one at home.
I was going to say, normally they're for fun, and
Yeah.
you're not going to actually hurt anybody with it. And,
No, but I mean, if
it's
you're
still cool.
91, I mean,
Yeah.
you're trying to protect yourself. I think that's great that you got a
I was
sword.
going to say,
You got a sword. That's pretty
It's
awesome.
a badass 91-year-old woman, man. Mess with her.
No, we're going to talk more about this later. There's a lot of interesting stuff about this. The massive stopgap spending bill given to House members on Tuesday night for a possible vote is dead. House Majority Leader Steve Scalise said yesterday that Mike Johnson's 1,500-plus page bill is done and won't be brought to a vote. That is probably in part because, a lot of people came out against it, particularly Elon Musk and J.D. Vance and the president.
Okay.
But Elon Musk said, if you vote for this, you should be voted out in 2 years. And so everybody went,
Yeah,
hold
hang
on
on
a
one
second.
second.
Hold
Yeah.
on a second. Things are changing around here.
Pivot.
But I mean, I understand why. I mean, you want to pass this multi-billion-dollar bill full of a bunch of junk, and this guy's saying, "Look, we're coming to clean out the closet, and you want to throw a bunch of more trash in it
Right.
right before I clean it out."
Well,
what sense does that make?
Well,
And I get
I mean-
that, So I think they're going to try to pass a skinny bill instead, which just keeps the government open. But even if the government does a partial shutdown, all the essential services are still there. I mean, you don't.
for the most part. I
Yeah.
think the worst it ever got was because this seems to happen just about
Every few years.
free. Yeah. I think the worst that I ever remember was where they closed down the national parks.
Yeah. Well, and they didn't have to do that. They did that to make a statement.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
But yeah, that was the last time. Federal Reserve Chair Jerome Powell revealed the latest move by the Fed. They are dropping another quarter point to reduce the interest rate. After that, it kind of shook up Wall Street a little bit. The Dow Jones fell 1,100 points, the largest drop since August. Projected interest rates for the next 2 years represented a total interest rate cut in 2025 of 50 basis points, with another 50 basis point cut over 2026. So that I can tell you already that it's having a positive impact because a lot of people are shopping for homes right now, and this is not the time of year people shop for homes.
Yeah.
Honestly, this is the dead time of the year for a real estate agent, but I'm busy as hell.
Well, good, man.
I know. I mean, it's a
I mean,
good thing, but I'm just saying that, because the rates are coming down and the elections over in the world didn't catch fire.
right.
People are like, okay, let's go buy a house.
Well, I said that after we got the results. I was like, smells like cheaper groceries and lower interest rates.
Yeah, something like that. Let's see. TikTok's fight against a ban on the platform continues. The Supreme Court said they will hear arguments on the company's challenge to the law that put a January 19th deadline in place for the parent company to sell it or see it banned. Those arguments are going to be heard in a court on January 10th. The Supreme Court said the Justice Department and TikTok lawyers should be prepared to argue on the issue of the ban potentially violating the First Amendment.
I heard they already came out with a replacement app.
Yeah.
Yeah, something called like Lemon 8 or something.
I'm
but
sure
it's-
there's
I
something.
mean,
There's always a new one.
TikTok
Just,
goes away, another one's going to pop up.
yeah, I mean, ultimately it would be replaced. I mean, look, they have that Blue Sky now, which, you have X, which was Twitter.
Right.
And some people were not happy with the direction of it, so they launched Blue Sky. It seems to be doing very well.
Yeah. Well,
So there's room. There's room for others. There's always going to be a place for people to embarrass themselves in a video. We're never going to stop watching that.
we're never going to stop watching
We-
train wrecks happen.
No, we've been watching that since that crappy America's Funniest Home Videos,
Oh, man.
right?
remember
I
that
mean,
show.
think about that, how long we've been watching people fail.
I wonder how many different hosts there have been of that show.
I don't know. Probably as many as the Family Feud. No matter what else comes from the wave of drone sightings, there's been one result that's measurable. The FAA said there's been a 269% increase in reports of people hitting planes with lasers in New Jersey compared to the same period last year. There were 59 incidents reported between December 1st and 16, with only 16 reported in the same period in 2023. The FBI's got more than 5,000 tips about drone sightings because anytime anybody sees a drone right now,
They're
they're going to
calling.
call somebody. Yeah.
Everybody's going crazy over him.
Let's see. A person in Southwest Louisiana confirmed by the CDC to have the first severe illness caused by bird flu in the United States. Officials investigating determined the patient was exposed to sick and dead birds in backyard flocks.
Mm.
The patient is currently hospitalized. The governor of California, for some reason, declared a state of emergency yesterday over the bird flu. I guess because somebody now has it, they've proactively declared a state of emergency in California. That's very California.
right. Yeah.
Yeah. Now we'll have to take some rights now, just in case it comes.
I think California is just in a permanent state of emergency.
No,
really.
it's done. No, that place is done. Remember murder hornets, the Asian giant hornets that arrived in America in 2020? Well, they've gone from the U.S. That's the announcement made by Washington State and the Department of Agriculture. They said no detections of the invasive insect in the state since 2021. And Washington was the only state to have confirmed reports of them. So they think they've gotten rid of the murder hornets
All
already.
right.
There's always something new to watch out for, and now it's wild monkeys in Florida. Yeah, authorities are warning residents in Orange City and 2 neighboring communities to not feed or approach monkeys wandering around. Yeah, they'll mess you up, man. They posted pictures of the monkeys on Facebook after receiving multiple reports. The department said the sighting started December 13th, about 30 miles north of Orlando. Unlike the primates that escaped from a research center, they think these monkeys are just wild monkeys. Feeding wild monkeys is a second-degree misdemeanor in Florida.
What?
Yeah, as punishable by $500 and up to 60 days in jail. It's been illegal since 2017.
For feeding a monkey.
Feeding a wild monkey.
Feeding a wild.
Yeah, I guess there's a danger to it. I don't know.
I mean,
Earlier this week,
danger to feeding wild old people in Florida too at times.
yeah, no, I agree with that. Yeah, they probably should eat less. Earlier this week, a 20-year-old blind cat named Tiki was rescued from an icy pond in Westford, Massachusetts, after he was spotted stranded on a piece of cracking ice. A pair of workers used a rowboat to save the cat. Animal officials took him to the vet and treated him for hypothermia. Why? Why would you, a cat, really? A 20-year-old blind cat at that? Come on, man. It was his time.
Right.
He wandered out on the ice. That was Darwinism. He was done. He was blind. He was dumb. He's 20 years old. You got to let him go.
Clicking his ticket, man.
He was like, man, this is great. I'm finally going to, I'm so tired.
Right.
Then you come and pull him out and ruin it for him. Assholes.
I just want to die.
I just want to go, man. I'm tired.
Just let me go.
Ice Nine Kills announced a new tour for 2025. They spent this year supporting Metallica's tour with Pantera, Limp Bizkit, and Suicidal Tendencies. This tour is all about them. The Silver Screamathon will feature 2 dates in each city, with the band's Silver Scream album featured in its entirety the first night, and a complete performance of the Silver Scream 2 Welcome to the Horrorwood on the second night. It starts April 30th, May 1st, Raleigh, North Carolina, runs through June 11th and 12th in Myrtle Beach, South Carolina. Tickets go on sale tomorrow for that. If you love these movies, things you can depend on: Death, Taxes, and Courtney Cox in a new Scream movie. She's made it official. She'll return for Scream 7 as Gail Weathers, the news reporter turned author who's often the center of the killings. She joins Scream vet Nev Campbell, who comes back as Sydney. Mason Gooding as Ghostface survivor Chad Meeks Martin, Isabel May, Celeste O'Connor, and a bunch of other people you don't know yet.
I'm going to take these headphones off. Our guests are here at
Oh,
Dad's
okay.
After Dark.
That's
I'm gonna
great.
let them in real quick.
That's great. Wingstop has announced a new Game Time flavor bundle to complement the Emirates NBA Cup 2024 game. The Game Time flavor bundle: 25 boneless wings, large order of fries, 3 dips, Cajun corn, 2 20-ounce drinks. It's $25 is all it is. That's a pretty good deal. All right. The U.S. Navy has bestowed Tom Cruise their highest civilian honor, the Distinguished Public Service Award. Yeah, he's probably single-handedly recruited more pilots than anyone in the world. You think, Rich, that Tom Cruise has probably recruited more pilots for the Navy than anybody in the world?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. He's
Top Gun alone.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Real quick, let's get to some sports, and then we got some guests here. Adam Silver. Recent criticisms about the current state of NBA play have forced Commissioner Adam Silver to take a closer look. Most notably, he's going to look at the increase in three-point shots that people say have taken away from the game and make it unwatchable. Talking to reporters, Silver commented that the issue might not be as simple as just three-pointers. They might have to do with the skill level on the floor, diversity of offense. Yeah, I mean, part of it is that everybody wants to be a three-shooter. Another part of it is you have all these super teams, and then the rest of the teams are a bunch of scrubs that are trying to make it, and it's the new way that things work. It's hard sometimes to get a team to stay together. The NFL owners voted and agreed on a change for flex scheduling procedures. Those changes put into effect this season. Most recent, the moving of tonight's matchup that was going to be the Browns and Bengals was switched to the Broncos-Chargers. At that time, the Giants owner John Mara called out the vote, saying the effects of moving the game from Sunday to Thursday and vice versa leave fans with a problem who've made plans to attend the game, book hotels, or whatever. Yeah, no, it would. I mean, that is a problem. All right, let's do something different here. Pretty exciting that we've got the guys from Dad's After Dark here. Now, scooch in this way a little bit. You look up there on the monitor and you can see yourself. You guys know how this works. You're seasoned vets. I mean, what am I talking about? Let me introduce you guys, or I'll have you introduce yourself, from the very well-known Dad's After Dark podcast.
Smokestack, Dad's After Dark.
Smokestack, yeah, and you have to get up on these mics like you're making love to them, man.
He knows how to put it. I'm in it.
There you go.
Yeah.
And now tell them who you are, man.
I'm Shane Preator, a.k.a. Outlaw.
Yes, Shane Preator.
Sure.
Yeah, well, I am so glad to have you guys in here, man.
Oh, we're glad to be here, man.
Yeah,
I
man.
am
It's
too,
an honor.
Yeah, it's good to be.
Hey, yes, sir. It started my morning off with some
You're good.
BS.
Yeah?
I didn't realize it until I hit the parking lot here.
Oh, yeah?
Every tire on my truck is full of roofing nails right now.
Oh, no, that's no
I'm
good.
not talking about a couple. I'm talking about 10 to 12 in every
Oh, my
tire.
God. Where did you go?
Just Dixon and Arch Street.
Oh, yeah, that'll do it.
Yeah.
Yeah. A lot of roofing going on over
so,
there.
FYI, FYI, if any of y'all are in the area of Dixon and Arch Street, be prepared.
Yeah, you might want to take your chopper instead.
Jesus Christ.
And that's crazy, man.
Yeah.
And tires are not cheap. I'll tell you that.
No,
man.
they're brand new too. They're
Oh,
like 3
no.
months old.
Oh no.
John,
And just roofing nails
Yeah,
everywhere.
we may see a tow truck out there in a little bit. We'll find out.
You may
when
be
that
on
is.
blocks.
That's good stuff.
So tell us about the Dads After Dark podcast and what you guys do over there for the uninitiated. And how do they find y'all?
Well, one, we're everywhere.
Yeah.
Facebook, YouTube, TikTok. We're really trying to push our YouTube right now. It's insane because Facebook and TikTok, we're over 6,000 followers.
That's great.
YouTube, we ain't even hit 1,000 yet.
Okay.
So,
Okay.
and everybody's like, I don't want a Google account.
Yeah.
You got to have a Gmail account in order
To
set
do a
up.
YouTube.
Right. But no, in a nutshell, we're just three dudes. It's me, it's Smokestack, it's Mikey G, who is always absent when shit needs to get done.
Yeah. I understand.
But we just we're all about community. We love taking care of the community. We love supporting local. We push that big time.
Yeah.
We try to do fundraisers to take care of nonprofits and whatnot.
Excellent.
This year we had our largest fundraiser ever. We did Second Chance Youth Ranch, which is foster kid organization.
Yeah, that's great.
With the help of our community, we raised $14,000.
Man, that's awesome.
Nice.
That's great work. That's great work, man. And that's that's what. Go ahead.
I was gonna say you have a fundraiser raffle going on right now, right?
Well, that's a personal thing.
Well, I mean,
Yeah, that's for my. So I coach baseball.
Okay.
We're all Rodney, his kids in sports, my kids in sports, Mikey's kids in sports. I coach, and we're trying to raise money to cut team costs because if anybody knows anything about travel baseball,
It's not cheap.
it is not cheap. So we're raffling off a pew pew.
Okay.
So it's on my personal page, which I can't see right now because of that raffle.
Yeah.
Facebook has unalived me.
Oh, really?
I can't look at nothing. I can't see nothing.
Oh, yeah. They love to do that.
They
I've
put
had that.
me in timeout.
I've had that
We'll
happen.
probably be doing a raffle soon for some new tires.
Yeah, sounds like it.
Y'all get on there and watch for this. So.
Set up a GoFundMe.
Yeah, no doubt, man, no doubt. I was so glad to have you guys on because I think in a lot of ways we're very like-minded because
100%.
that's what I've always been about, and that's certainly what this show is about: is elevating people in our community and lifting them up more.
Right.
And man, it's been so amazing. I was just telling someone yesterday, I love the show that I did before. It was so much fun, but to be honest, I have a hell of a lot more fun doing this because every single day I get to talk to different people who are interesting, who have different backgrounds, who are doing different things, and it shines a light on these people in our own community because a lot of times you don't know the people in your own community.
Right.
Yesterday, I interviewed a band, Sean Danielson from Smile Empty Soul. You guys heard of them?
Oh yeah.
Hell yeah, you have. They were a big band, still are. And a lot of people don't know he lives here.
Right.
Yeah, he lives here now. Sean does. And yeah. And we interviewed him. Matter of fact, it'll be the after school special. We'll release it Saturday. It was a great interview, ranged everything in the world. Of course, we talked about music, but we talked about everything, because he was one of those guys in 2021 that did something very unpopular, and they tried to cancel him because he didn't want venues to require a vaccine
Right.
for his ticket goers.
Right.
And he said, I'm not trying to make a decision whether you should or shouldn't. I just don't want them forced to do it. And some of the venues he canceled because they wouldn't back down. And
Right.
I was like, I respect that you stood your ground on where you wanted to be.
That don't happen a lot these days.
No, and that's what I said. Most people are just going to go with whatever they're told
Right.
because it's easier and because that's where the money is, right? But I told him, I said, rock and roll used to be about being a rebel,
Correct.
but it not so much anymore.
Changed, yeah.
Yeah, now it's about being a corporate hack a lot of times,
Yep.
and that's not very rock and roll.
Yeah, it's like if you go to like countryside of it. Jamie Johnson, he's got a song where they're talking about putting him between Jennings and Jones,
Yeah,
and that's kind of the same deal, putting them on a shelf. But
yeah.
no, we like music. We love music. Like you just had John Bailey and the Heathen.
Oh
Revival
man,
on here.
what a great band,
That,
man.
that dude can sing.
Man, he can well, brother.
That dude
He can well. I'm gonna tell you what. If you didn't see that, please
Yeah.
go watch the video. Gunner just, by the way, and this is great, man. If you don't have a Gunner, get one. Gunner went and organized our YouTube this week, and so now you can go over and you can look by musical performances. You can look by different categories of all the videos that we have. So if you want to see the rant, or if you want to see the music performances, or you want to see the comedians that come on. We're categorizing it to make it easy for everybody to go
Nice.
find what they want to find there, and that's worked out really good. So check that out and take a look. Yeah, it's great every day to have different folks in here. I mean, I'm sure it's the same for you guys.
Yeah, we don't like, we try to get different people in from
Mhm.
time to time. We're working on something for the new year.
Okay,
Kind
cool.
of doing a highlight kind
Yeah.
of thing and picking some folks. But now John was on our show a couple years ago.
Yeah,
year
at
and
least a
half
couple
ago.
years ago.
Yeah.
And we got so we used to do a lot of food reviews.
Okay.
Any new food trucks or
If you can't
restaurants.
tell, I mean, we kind of like the
We
food.
love to
Yeah,
eat.
yeah, no,
it's-
I hear you, man.
it's
Hey, and when
food-
they give it to us and ask us to review it, hey, it's
No,
free
that's
food.
great.
Let's go with it.
No, that's
It's
amazing.
food and bourbon. I almost brought. Man, I should have. I was like, I wonder
Yeah.
if he's got shot glasses. I was going to
Yeah.
bring bourbon. I was like, it's not too early.
You
but
should have, man. We would have done some
Good,
shots. We
take a
drank
shot.
beer yesterday from
Yeah.
Stone's Throw.
It's awesome.
It was good too, by the way. That it's just there. It's called regular beer.
Just a Reggie. Huh?
That's what it's
That's
called.
it.
Yeah, just go in and ask for the Reggie.
Wonder how long they brainstormed on that one.
But no, he did it on purpose, man. He talked about it
I
yesterday.
graduated with
Theron.
Theron over there. Yeah,
Okay,
so-
so you know Theron Cash Money.
I do. Yep.
Yeah. I didn't bust him out yesterday, but I will now. Theron was a rapper.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. He put out a rap album.
Yep. He's done a lot, man. He's
Yeah.
a musically talented guy.
He is.
too,
He
you
really
know.
is. You
I'm,
know,
I'm a
surprisingly.
rapper.
Oh goodness, there we go.
Tis the season. It's Christmas time. I'm wrapping the shit out of presents right now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey-oh.
I knew the dad jokes were coming.
Dad's After Dark joke podcast.
Right. All right. There you go.
Yeah. So, how did you guys even get into doing a show together?
Actually, sitting at El Chico's when it was open.
Yeah.
It just came on a napkin.
Yeah. And you
Over
were just
some
sitting there
margaritas
talking
and
about
adult
doing
beverages,
something.
So we thought, oh, let's get this together and do something. Just to
You just had
just to
mouths you
waste
wanted to
time,
run.
so- yeah. That's all we have.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we ain't got nothing but time. But
But we've known each other all three of us known each other for years. You know.
Yeah.
Just thought, hey, let's see what can happen. It's a good time. I mean, we did what 5 years now. We've
Right.
been doing it. So
Yeah. I knew you'd been
man,
at it
it's-
for a minute.
It's
Especially when they
fun.
get
We
to
give
and
back.
now
give
you're
back.
rich and famous.
Exactly.
Right?
yeah,
Yeah.
sure.
Yep.
All the above. Now we
Me too, y'all. Me too.
Yeah, right. And it's funny as someone was like, "Man, do y'all get paid?" I was like, "No,
No.
nothing."
No, it's
like
just
I'm
fun.
actually trying to set up. I'm trying to finish the 501c3 side of the Dads After Dark.
Oh,
we
yeah.
can
So
be
you
a-
can do the charitable
a legitimate-
organization
yeah,
thing
because
and do different projects
Yeah, we've had to write on the shirt tails of some nonprofits
in
when we're
order to
helping
do
them,
it.
right?
Yeah.
So, but now we're doing that ourselves. But no, we just COVID, I think, boosted us a little bit because
Sure.
we did it right before then, and then it happened, and everybody's like, "Oh my God, what are we going to do?"
No, man, I wish that in that time I was doing that
Right.
because it absolutely put a captive audience in the room. You know, I mean, why do you think Tiger King did what it
Right.
did? I mean, Jesus, half the country watched Tiger King.
Oh
You know what
yeah.
I'm saying? And it was compelling as hell. But we had a great
was gonna say,
interview
another
with Joe
interview with-
Yeah,
yesterday.
I've seen that. Yep.
Yeah, no, he's always interesting to talk to. You know, always very interesting. I couldn't believe I got him talk about being on vacation in Belize. Like, you know, I don't know how I did that, but it was a lot of fun.
Real quick here, just want to give
Yeah.
a shout out to the Dads After Dark. A lot of y'all's fans are in here saying good morning. So we got Josh Trulio. He
What's
says,
up, Trulio?
"Hey, it's Dads After Dark." He said he's going to tell his cousins to go pick up their nails so you don't get any more.
Thank
you.
Ken
That's
Smith
great.
Says, "Hi, Outlaw and Smokestack."
Was that cheesy?
Yeah.
That's our number one intern right there.
Okay.
Okay.
All right.
Hey,
all
I'll
right.
tell you what. You said that everybody needs a gunner.
Yeah.
On our world, everybody needs a Kim. 'Cause
Okay.
we can be sitting. So we do this at my house basically.
Yeah.
And we can be sitting there, and Mikey or me or Rodney or somebody be like, "Man, dude, a freaking pizza would be good right now." And that's all we say, you know. And then next thing you know, the door comes flying open, and here comes Mama Cheesy with a daggum pizza from Larry's,
Yeah.
throws it up on it, or a shake from Sonic. Like, she is. Even when we're doing fundraisers or events, that woman right there can sell ice to Eskimos.
That's awesome, man. No, that's great to
Yeah,
have.
we try to have a gunner, like you said.
Yeah.
Glover's kind of our gunner, but he's not very good at it. We're still trying to get him there.
I
No,
understand.
he does great. He handles all the uploads and all that stuff.
Yeah,
So,
well,
you know, he
a lot of people don't realize it because, when I started to do this, my only idea was I just want to do an internet radio show
Right.
just like I did. And it was Gunner who kind of slowly walked me over to the dark side.
Right.
But what you don't realize is how many steps and how many things are involved in streaming anywhere,
Right.
much less to multiple places. I mean, there's a lot
Yeah.
that goes into that.
And if one thing happens, everything happens.
Yeah,
Mhm.
no, it's true. Hey, we did get, we were the feature on Odyssey front page yesterday, which was really cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was good to land on their front spot. So you guys obviously have been together a long time. What? How do you feel about where you're going with your podcast? What you got planned? I mean, what do you think in the future? Is it more about the charities involved? What is it going to be about as you keep going?
I mean, I think that's our big deal is helping.
Being
We're-
in the community.
We're all about helping.
Yeah.
I mean, and it's funny is every time we'll see somebody out in the general public that we don't know that know us, and they're like,
Yeah.
"Oh my God, hey, we love what you do for the community." That's like always a word that follows.
I think it's great, and I'll tell you, again, the pandemic, Mr. Beast,
Right.
is, I mean, ultimately one of those guys who does a lot, right?
Yes.
He literally just got permission from the Egyptian government to film in the pyramids.
Holy crap.
Wow.
Wow.
Do you know how difficult that is to accomplish? I mean, they arrest people just for walking up a pyramid.
Right.
You know?
Holy cow,
Yeah,
dude.
he got
Wow.
permission to do it in the pyramids.
Wow.
That's
Big
insane,
time.
man.
That would be epic.
Yeah,
would be epic.
beyond epic.
Right.
But he's at that point where pretty much if he snaps his fingers, something's going to
Oh,
happen.
that dude's
I mean, but man, like he's got his own channel on Roku. All it is contest that he puts people through. It's just
Right.
that's all it is all day long, and he does a good job with
Yeah.
it.
I see some of that, and I'm like, man, I need to, put my name out there and check. And I'm like, man, half of that's probably not real. But then you go back and really look, and it's like, man, he's doing it.
No, I watched an episode where, they went to Africa and put in 50 wells in different places in Africa, and because the government wouldn't do it, and it doesn't cost that much according to him, but he went over and did it. And I mean, you know how significant that is
Right.
when you have a village that doesn't have water and you come in and create it.
That's amazing.
I mean, that's
Yeah.
huge,
and that's cool that he's got it like that, and he resourcefully does things with it.
Well, we've been talking about it over the past week or so that there's been a big shift in celebrity. And the pandemic caused a lot of problems, but I think on the other side of it, it's changed things. Some people never came back.
True.
They're still gone. But
Mikey,
what? But what?
Speaking of,
What did happen though is that on the other side, people are like, listen, I'm tired of these elite celebrities that shit on me or act like they're better than everybody. And the model moved to the Post Malone, Jelly Roll,
oh yeah,
these
Yeah.
kind of folks who are true, down to earth, good people. And all of them, any of those, whether it's Post, whether it's Jelly Roll, whether it's, Five Finger Death Punch, every community they come in, they leave it better than they came.
Yeah.
They do something in that
I
community.
mean, dude, what was it? Was it a $17,000 tip he left at the
It was,
at Gus's?
whatever.
pretty
Yeah, it
big.
was up there. It was,
it was significant. It wasn't anything to scoff at.
No,
no.
No, I'm sure it made the Christmas for some of those folks over there.
Oh, I guarantee it. It made a lot. That's
Yeah.
just-
Did y'all report those tips?
Yeah, they did.
that's
I
good
know I
stuff.
wouldn't.
That's kind of. I mean, that's what we just try to give back. We realized when we started doing this, like, what can we do for the community?
Yeah,
And I think the first fundraiser we raised $1,200, and we thought that was awesome.
it is awesome.
Hey, we're giving back to this local park there in the town, so that wasn't funded by anybody. So we just kind of did it, and then the next year we did something else. And the next year, so it's
Yeah.
built, and then raising 14,000, a little over 14,000 this year. That's huge.
That is
So
huge, man. I mean,
We're gonna keep trying to climb. Now we got
and
bigger
it's
goals,
not
you know.
easy. We had fundraisers for years at the other program, where we raised money initially for the September Fund and later for the van and the
Right.
Humane Society. And, it's always a lot of work to be able to generate that kind of revenue.
Man, it's a lot of work, and you got to have a lot of people.
You do. You have to have a large contingency of committed volunteers.
Yes, and they jump in a lot of times they take a lot of it and run with it.
Yeah, no, they do.
You don't have to do, we set it up and we work quite a bit. Outlaw's usually the one that throws it out there. Hey, in 2 weeks we're gonna have a fundraiser. So
Yeah.
we're not very good at planning. Just like when we do our show, it's just kind of whatever comes off the.
Yeah, no,
us,
I get that.
You know, so
Yeah,
that's
the
how
one
dads
thing,
do it, right?
yeah.
So
That's the one thing we noticed. It's like, we kind of watch everything, and it's like, all right, y'all, you kind of got a timeline and a script and kind of
Mhm.
what you kind of plan. No, we walk in the door, hit the power button. It's like,
Yeah,
and
here we go.
We don't even look at each other and go, what are we talking about?
Yeah, you just
start-
go.
We start talking.
No, and I think that's great. Yeah, that's more or
Yeah.
less what we
Yeah,
do. Yeah,
yeah.
more or less.
And it's crazy how we interrupt each other and we poke each other, and one conversation leads to another one. And we don't
Mhm.
finish this one, and it's just, oh man.
Yeah, no, it's just stream of consciousness.
We tried the
The structured way.
yeah,
Yeah.
it didn't make it through a half a show.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I start when we first started. It was way more structured than I am now.
Oh, yeah.
I have a few things that I do every day, but for the most part,
Right.
it's just free flow conversation because it's just I think that's what people are more interested
right. Yeah.
in. Anybody can read you something, but they want to hear what you're thinking, what you're doing.
That's what everybody's like. What do y'all talk about? What is
Yeah.
And it's like,
Yeah.
the first thing is we never ever talk about politics, and we never ever talk about religion, because
Yeah, that's a good call.
we have our own beliefs,
Yeah.
and one side versus the other. But at
Mhm.
the end of the day, it always generates a negative conversation.
Yeah.
And I mean, I know people that's been friends for life. That's friends.
Oh, yeah.
They're
Oh, yeah.
gone over politics.
Yeah,
or
which
ridiculous.
is the dumbest
Right.
thing in the world to
Because
me.
people don't know how to have an
Different
adult
opinions.
conversation anymore.
Man, that's because look, and I don't want to go down that well, but I will.
Here we go.
Schools have changed, and it shifted the mindset of people.
Yep.
And that's an unfortunate mindset that's been a plague. I think.
Right. Social media too.
Yeah, that as well.
You can't hold people accountable on the other side of that keyboard.
Right.
Look, you can't be. If you want everybody to do it one way and one way only, that's called communism.
Right.
That's what it is. If that's what you want, is only your way is right, and you want everyone to do it your way, you're a communist, and that's okay. You can be a commie here. That's fine. But it's not what it's supposed to be. It's supposed to be what they call a melting pot, where you have all these ideas that come together,
Right.
and sometimes we agree and sometimes we don't. But I think most humans, 90% of us, we probably agree on 90% of things. It's 10% that's a problem,
Right.
and somehow that 10% means I hate you.
Right. Yeah. Screw you. I'm going home.
Yeah, and I don't even get that. Let's do this real quick. If you are looking for a vehicle, listen, don't make a bad investment. Don't drive something off the lot and drop 25% the day you drive off. Go get a late model, low mileage vehicle over at Fitz Auto. Listen, they're local. They're locally owned. They're their own bank. They've been doing this for almost 50 years now. These guys know what they're doing, and they have great vehicles. I know you're saying, but my credit's not that good. That's what they specialize in. They're their own bank. They don't need your credit to be great. They just need you to come in. They're going to work it through with you, get you set up, get you reported to the credit bureau. Go check them out, 8421 Stagecoach Road in Little Rock, or you can check them out at Fitz Auto online. What do you guys think about the studio, by the way?
It's cool. I like it.
They wanted to come check out when I was on their podcast. I was, watching it on
Yeah.
Facebook, and Outlaw was like, "Man, I want to come check out your
Right.
equipment." And I was like,
That
"Stay
went
away from my
south.
equipment, man."
It's funny is we can say stuff like that, and the man brain automatically kicks in, but Mikey's brain just goes whoo.
It does.
Yeah.
He is all about the equipment stuff. He gets all into it.
He gets all into
He
the
just
tech
like-
side of it.
Yeah, he likes hitting the buttons and playing
Yeah,
with stuff. He
it's
can't keep
fun.
his hands to himself.
No, I get it.
And he may not be here in person, but he is on Facebook. He says to, I guess he's kind of like, we put you through the table last week.
Oh, right,
Right.
okay.
So I guess he's kind of like that for them. He
The
says
perpetual victim.
yeah, he says to ask you all about all the different ways that you torture him.
Oh, it's nonstop. Like
I don't know that it's torture.
we
Let's
took
be honest here.
one episode. We took an extra small youth hoodie,
Yeah.
and what was Mikey weigh about 250,
80, 90,
290,
300,
300
40, I
pounds.
think. Yes.
What you talking about? How's he field dress? What's he
Right.
field dress at?
Yeah, we put that hoodie on him, or we had him put the hoodie on, and then he couldn't get it off.
No.
Like he was stuck. So
Oh my God.
then we amped it up and put a little show into it. But I ended up pulling my four-wheeler up close to the deal and hooking the winch to it. We winched that damn thing off.
You're lucky you didn't rip his head off, man.
Yeah.
That was the goal, but it didn't
Yeah.
happen. So.
And then my son has one of those little Orby things that, the pew-pew, you know what I'm talking
Oh,
about?
yeah,
Like
yeah.
an airsoft.
Yeah.
And we tested it out on him a few times.
Well, see, we're starting after the first of the year. Every Monday, I'll spin the wheel of pain,
Yes.
Oh.
and whatever it lands on Friday, I have to endure that.
That's what's up.
So if you ever get one you don't want, just let us know. We'll
Right.
send Mikey up here. Get him to handle it.
Let him
Well,
do
the
it.
fill-in.
Yeah.
So my brother's a police officer, and he was actually, we were going to tase Mikey live,
Yeah.
and Mikey backed out. He's a puss.
Well, tell him to come tase me live.
Yeah, all right, bet.
Hey.
We
Yeah,
can make that happen.
because I had Amanda do it, but she
Oh,
used
that'll
one of
happen
those.
so quick.
She used one of those regular, the regular over the
yeah.
counter stun
Right,
guns.
yeah, no.
I want the lightning.
Bet we'll make it happen.
Okay, now if you can do that, I'll sing your praises
It's
for it
happening.
because
There it is.
Just trust me.
I've had 3 different departments back out on me because everybody's going away from the taser now.
If I knew he was awake, I could have him here before the show was over.
Wow.
Now we're talking.
If
Right.
you can do it, I'll do it.
Oh
How
my
about
God.
that?
All right, I'll be sending him a message.
Here we go.
You got what do we got? About an hour and
Right.
40 minutes
I'll
here that
message you.
you got to get him up here.
So
Tell him not to go down Dixon.
right. God bless, dude. I'm like, I keep looking.
Go down
out there,
Dixon, man.
see
Be
my
sure and
trucks
take Dixon. It's
Yeah.
the way to go. Yeah.
sitting lower to the ground. But Monday, if everything goes as planned, we're actually going to do a little Christmas deal. But we're going to take Mikey and wrap him up in Christmas paper,
Yeah.
and then my son's got that airsoft, and we're going to
You
try to
pelt him?
unwrap.
We're going to unwrap him with that.
Okay. See,
He
yeah.
doesn't
No.
really get much choices in it. He just has to go with what we.
Yeah.
What we say.
He's what I refer to in radio as a gorilla in a diaper.
Right.
And that's because there's always that one guy that you can send out to be gorilla in a diaper. You put on a diaper and go out and be gorilla in a diaper in traffic and let's record it and do stupid stuff.
Right.
And it sounds like Mikey's that guy.
Yeah. And then
Yeah, he's like, yeah, whatever you want. He's the Steve-O. Yeah, go ahead and staple my nutsack to the table.
That's
That's
it.
fine.
Oh, good idea. I don't know who's going to do it, though.
Bingo.
I'm not touching it.
we had him walk across my pool, which was frozen,
Yeah.
and I mean, everybody was freaking out. They're like, "No!"
Well, we had
don't."
medical people getting in there. Hey,
Yeah.
hey, I don't think this is a good idea, but
Yeah.
we did it anyway.
But
Yeah, of
before-
course you did. That's smart. Yeah.
Before we could get him outside to actually do it,
Mm-hmm.
there was probably 20 people in my yard waiting.
Yeah.
They're like,
No, people love to see
"Let's
people get
go."
hurt. That's the best thing. No, I'm telling you, the video of me going through a table is probably the most watched video we have. I mean, it's every media that we've got. It blew up. Me going through that damn table.
Dude,
man.
I was watching. I wasn't watching live, but I was watching it, and I was sitting in my chair, and I was like, y'all were face to face, and he throws you up on his shoulder, and I was like, hey, that's bam!
Yeah, that's how it felt too.
Holy there wasn't
Yeah,
no.
look like you slow getting up a little bit there when he, afterwards, but hey, it is.
Yeah, no, I mean, you go through a table, see if you're a little slow
No,
getting up. And
no,
this
sir.
big fat
I'm
ass,
slow getting up anyway.
this big fat ass jumped on me right after that and pinned me, and I'm like, hey man, that wasn't even part of the deal, player. This is just a slam. Now you're going for a pin, which is why I'm now in the main event because I was like, no, you went too far, player.
Now we get to revenge.
Yeah, no, I'm doing it. for
They're
sure.
planning on coming to Arkansas.
Are you guys gonna be there? That's
yeah,
awesome.
so it's we're gonna try to.
that's cool. I get it. I
It
get it.
should be. Baseball season takes up our whole life.
Yeah.
and it starts
A
January.
lot of people as it does. Yes.
But we're gonna try. I actually was talking about because have y'all heard of Alvy Taylor, the Just Alvy News? He does a lot of. He's local. He does a lot of
I haven't.
scanner
but I'd
goes
like
off
to.
and he hauls tail. Yeah, he's an interesting cat, man. I've known
Yeah.
him for a long time, but he runs around and he reports real news to people.
Yeah.
Like he doesn't sugarcoat it. You know,
No, he just
he'll go-
delivers it.
Yeah, he'll go stand live in front of a whatever's going on, and
Yeah.
he'll do it. And he rubbed some people wrong in the beginning, but he's got a huge following right now.
Yeah.
But we always talk about how much him and Mikey hate each other, and how we're going to get them in the ring one day. And I was
Yeah.
like, man, that'd be epic to get them two in a prelim match up there and let them just go ham.
Man, I don't have anything to do
No,
with that,
right.
but this guy right here, you can talk to.
I mean, you could probably do two 35-second matches.
Yeah.
If they can make it that long. Yeah.
Intermission
Yeah.
match just to be sure
You know,
everything's still
maybe
together.
maybe every bout should have a quasi celebrity fight in it.
Well, maybe.
You know, maybe you could start bringing people with grudges from the community
Right.
and add one of those to
Oh.
each fight card.
Yeah. Hey,
That could
man,
be
I think
fun, you know.
So
Could be.
they really don't dislike each other, but
Yeah.
man, all the followers, everybody that watches, they honestly they've sent us messages
Yeah.
about why do they not like? It's like
No, it's
we'll just play into it.
Yeah, I think a lot of it too is their views are so completely opposite from each other.
yeah,
Yeah.
And they can have the arguments and still be okay.
yeah.
But they poke at each other nonstop. So that's where.
No, I understand that. I've been in that kind of relationship before
Yeah.
for about 13 years before this.
There you go.
I may or may not have poked the bear a time or two. You know what I mean? So what you've been on 5 years now. What do y'all use? Is this the kind of board you guys use? What do y'all use?
We
over there?
use, so when we're streaming, we
Mhm.
use Streamlabs.
Okay.
Streamlabs allows you to go to multiple platforms
Yeah.
at the same time. And then we use the Roadcaster Pro.
Okay, which is real similar to this
Very
one. It's
similar
a
to that.
super similar system. We almost got
Yeah.
that one and went with the Tascam for some preference Gunner had because he's Gunner.
And then we got the ATEM Mini, which is our video switcher.
Okay.
And then we just went to some basically there's some Sony mini camcorders that we just run the video through.
Yeah.
I mean, we started off with a webcam that we had sitting on a little
Yeah.
deal.
Yeah. No, I mean, it's amazing that we have a 4-camera setup
Right.
here, you know, we can toggle through. And
Yep.
now the one thing that I didn't do correctly is the mic arms.
Yeah.
I'm going to try to get those switched out by the new year. You know, I went with what I was accustomed
Right,
to,
right.
and it does work.
And we did the
But
same
it
thing.
blocks too
Yeah.
much, and it's too much table room. What did you use? What
We
did you
just-
use to have the stand ups
We
now?
went to a basic stand up.
Yeah, yeah. And it works great,
yeah,
doesn't it?
every once in a while we'll get to, what do we do with our hands, and and you'll hear, it, poof, poof,
Right, of course.
But as long as we keep our hands off of them,
And if you gate your mic a little bit with
Right.
the
Yeah.
compressor, it'll help some of that. You know,
the headphones. I think we got the cheapest headphones we could find on Amazon.
if they work, they work. It
And-
doesn't matter.
And we just recently upgraded because it was
Yeah.
like, all right, these are hurting our ears.
Did you get the
and-
Sonys
No, we
No.
didn't. We upgraded from the cheapest to cheap.
to the next cheapest?
Yeah, we're not the
You went-
cheapest anymore.
You went from the Kia to the Hyundai. I got you.
Exactly.
It's funny is in the beginning. It's not funny, but in the beginning, everything we did came out of our pocket. The three of us split.
Oh,
like-
that sounds familiar. Yeah.
We split it all, and then we did some football squares, Razorback football squares.
Okay.
And then that allows us to raise a little bit of money, and we
Yeah.
we did
yeah.
we did a few
These
things.
son of a bitches at Legion working. What are they
Yeah.
thinking?
Come on now,
Go home. It's Christmas time.
Yeah.
No, we
y'all get the day off.
we did some fundraising, and we told everybody, look, we're trying to raise money because we want to upgrade the show. We want to
Yeah.
have different camera
Yeah,
angles
absolutely.
and better this and better that.
Well, so
And-
that's what I've got a little GoFundMe right now because we got chosen to be on the
Blocks,
blocks.
yeah.
And super excited about it because for us it's a really great opportunity to go and be with other entrepreneurs who are successful, who have done things, and who can really help us grow this even more to that next level. Because I'm no different than anybody else. I mean, why wouldn't I want to be Joe Rogan too? You know what I
Right.
mean?
Oh, dude.
Not necessarily what he does, but the same type of.
Right. He's on a
You
whole
know,
new level.
Oh
Platform,
no,
yeah.
he changed the game.
Yeah.
I mean, he literally changed the game. And a lot of people ask, "Do you miss radio?" And I'm like, "No, I don't," because no disrespect, but radio's the old way.
Right.
Right.
And it's all look. If you want something sanitized, you want something inauthentic, go
Right.
to radio
Right.
because that's what you're going to
That's
get. I mean, that's what you're going to get: the same corporate cheese, the same schlock
Yep.
anywhere, and that's what
Yep.
they replaced with. No diss, but it's cheesy.
Right.
It's safe. You know what I'm talking
Well, that's what
about.
they want. They
Exactly.
want
Yeah.
puppets
That's
in a sense. Yes,
right.
people.
No, and I wasn't that, and that's why ultimately I said,
Right.
nah, I can't do this show, y'all. I can't come back from what I just did for 20 years and bring that to my people.
Right.
They're not
Right.
going to want that.
Right.
They're going to be like, where's Patrick? Who is
Right.
this guy? What is this about?
Yeah, and that's
And I couldn't do it.
That's like
Patrick's not
Joe, like-
angry, he's only disgruntled.
Yeah. Now he's just mildly perturbed.
like one of my most favorite business people in the world is Dana White.
Yeah, he's a good one.
Yeah.
because he gives no shits.
No, he doesn't. He doesn't give a damn.
This is my world, and this is how I'm running.
Yeah, no, he, and of course, when you're worth that amount, it's
Right.
kind of easy.
A little
to
easier
stand
to
on
do,
that,
yeah.
it's a
Exactly
little
right.
harder for a guy who's just trying to pay the bills, but yeah, no, I do respect him for that.
Yeah.
But super respect him for what he's been able to accomplish, because when he started UFC, I mean, it was a joke. People didn't take him seriously at all, and over time, I mean, it's surpassed boxing
Oh,
as the
yeah.
go-to combat sport. So matter of fact, we're planning after the first of the year to have a combat sports segment every week on the program.
I got somebody who can come see you.
Yeah.
He's a local guy. He's,
Okay.
in and out of the amateur world.
Okay. Would
He'll-
love to talk
he'll
to
get
him.
into the amateur side of it, and then he's like, "Shit, I got to pay some bills," and he'll go back to work for a little while, and
Yeah.
he'll go train in 2 or 3 fights, and
Yeah, we
he's a-
didn't even talk about it yesterday. The guy, y'all may remember David Lindsay
Yeah.
from over at Cabot Mechanical, the HVAC guy came in. He was a pro MMA fighter for 8 years.
Wow.
Yeah, we didn't even scratch that yesterday. I mean, this guy is very interesting. He's a world champion sniper. He just won the long distance competition for the United States. Shot a little over 2 miles,
Holy shit,
hitting a target very tight range.
that's crazy.
Yeah, that's not the guy you want to make mad.
No.
An MMA guy who can shoot you at 2 miles away. No, no, he can
Wing
beat your
your
ass
ear.
in person
Yeah.
or from a distance.
Wing your ear and then come choke you out.
Yeah, he'll hobble you, then put you in the rear naked chokehold.
That's insane.
Speaking of Cabot Mechanical, if you listen, winter is upon us. It's 30-something degrees now. You walked outside and you went, "Oh shit, it's here." Yeah, you didn't think it was coming. It's here. It's Arkansas. Listen, get your air conditioner serviced. It's $85 to get that done from Cabot Mechanical, and I promise you, we talked about it yesterday with him here. It'll take the lifespan of your HVAC from 10 years to 20 years, basically. I mean, just by doing that every other year. If you've got any kind of heat and air issue, reach out to David at cabotmechanical.com and check that out. So I know you guys brought something for me. I want to talk about that, and then we're going to do something and come back and do this. But
Right.
what did you bring here?
So Mikey, we talked about auctioning off his search engine
Yeah,
just because of the shit that you could probably see that he searched for.
that would be great. Just the search history,
Yeah,
just
that's
to
it.
be able to look at that and revel in it.
Yeah, that'd be a lifetime worth of stories there.
Yeah, that'd be great.
But
Yeah,
he came in one day.
I
with
wouldn't
this-
want mine.
Play some jail time.
Right.
Would
he came-
never
To
want
be
that.
honest.
He came in one day with a book. He was like, "Hey man, this is cool. We should read this." So we did, and everybody was like, "Holy crap, y'all are going to get canceled." Yes.
Yeah, no, that's the beautiful thing, right?
So I reached out to. It's a company called Reach Around Books.
Yeah, which
Um,
is a great title.
And that's something, and I'll toot my horn a little bit. I'm not messed up about reaching out to anybody.
And asking them
Hey,
to send you something.
what's up?
Yeah,
And it's gotten us a lot of really cool stuff to try.
Yeah.
but-
yeah, we're getting ready to start doing some more of that. But
Yeah.
Jesus, there's only so many of
Yeah.
us to go around.
The best one was we're reaching out to the bourbon, and dude sent us a couple bottles. So
Yeah, Heaven's
Yeah.
that was really good.
Heaven's Door was epic. That's a whole
He
story
still hadn't
right
done
there.
that yet again, but
Right.
come on.
But Reach Around Books. So we reached out to him. I was like, "Hey, here's what we're doing. Here's our thought process," because we send care packages out to the troops from time
Right.
to time.
And that's a great thing to throw in there for
And that's
fun.
exactly, this guy sent us 3 of every book he has.
That's awesome, man.
And he was
That's
like,
great.
"Here you go." So we would have someone come on the show and like, "Hey, surprise, you're going to read this book."
That's great.
And they're like,
What a great little
"Oh
trick.
my God." But it's funny is you can take this book right now and go sit down in front of a bunch of school-age kids at a daycare.
And read it, and they'll never know any different.
And as long as everybody can see the pictures,
Yeah, and
it's okay.
and the parents keep a straight face.
Right.
Yes.
But I will tell you this. If they can only hear you reading it, you're getting your ass kicked.
That's great. I love it. I love it. I think this is
Yeah.
perfect, man.
It's great. We got 2 of them we brought.
Okay.
I'll just throw y'all the titles out there.
All right,
and
sounds
then,
good.
And you can see the picture. It actually helps. The first one is called "Who Will Help Jack Off the Horse."
See, Jack is on the
Little
horse.
jackalope there.
Yeah.
Jack is a jackalope, and he's on the horse. And he's a
Okay.
little dude.
Okay. And
horse
what's
is
the other
big.
one?
And then the other one is Susie likes to look at balls.
Yeah. Yeah. No, I think those are great.
Yeah,
So-
there you go, right
So
there.
I'm certain that we're going to read one or both of those before the end of the show. Is that correct?
yeah, yeah.
All right. But
Most
first,
definitely.
but first, hashtag, but first, I need to do our weekly segment with. Have you guys seen XFL Jim yet?
Oh, is he back?
I have
Yes,
not.
he is. Okay, listen,
my
you're
chest
you're in
just
for a
over
treat,
there.
man. This guy is probably clinically insane,
Love it.
and he went viral with a few videos. And we reached out to him because he was kind of coming up and said, "Hey, how would you like your own segment?" And we'll give you, X amount of minutes, 15 minutes basically, to do whatever you do about sports. And he said, okay, I'll do it. And so we worked with him a little bit to get it set up. And we've done 2 of them so far. The first one was pretty crazy. Last week's was insanity. It was
Yes.
it was amazing because he has like this Gymiverse where he's all these different gyms.
Oh,
Wow. Yeah, he was Wizard Jim last week. He's XFL Jim. He's all these
Awesome.
different things. And then he always puts some random crazy commercial he makes himself for some fake thing. Last week it was maple syrup, and it was just fantastic, man. So this guy's a riot. So I want to play his sports segment. When we get done with that, we'll come back and we're going to read some books here. We're going to get educated and have a little bit of fun. But let's do this for now because this is XFL Jim, and you just got to have him.
Hello there, XFL Jim here for the weekly roundup. Ah. Hello there, XFL Jim here for the weekly roundup. Ah.
All right, I don't know what the hell's going on. I'm going to have to get Gunner on that one.
Uh-oh.
I know what happened.
What do you think?
We're here.
Oh, is that what it is? You jinxed it somehow? Yeah, I don't know. Somehow the audio's not tying there, and it should tie in here because we had all that up. So I'm not sure. I'm going to have Gunner and Brandon take a look at that. In the meantime, we will let's read some books, baby. Let's just go ahead and do it. Let's see what you got,
So
man.
What do you want? What do you want first? You want to Susie look at balls, or you want to?
I think you should read who will help Jack off the horse. That
Okay,
sounds like your kind
I'll
of book,
start
man.
with this book. Yeah, this looks like a great book. So what we'll do here is I'll read this, and you can share this with your kids for the holidays or things like that. This would be great.
Maybe get this
So
to
we'll
go on
start here.
Cameo.
Who will help Jack off the horse? Okay, and you see the jackalope on the horse. Oh, hold on, let me get these out.
Oh, my bad.
Yeah.
Surprise!
Surprise. There's some stuff. All right. Says Jack got himself onto a horse high up in the air. To get him down onto the ground, we might need some stairs. I am Morse. Morse, of course. Would you help Jack off the horse? Yes, that's great. I do not like you, Morse. Of course, if you were mine, we would divorce. I would not, could not, Morse, of course. I would not help Jack off the horse. Mm-hmm.
Kind of has a Dr. Seuss feel. to
It does, doesn't
you
it?
know? Yeah, I like it.
Would you do it here or there? I would not do it here or there. I would not do it anywhere. If he got up there somehow, would you help Jack off a cow? All that I can say is, wow, I would not help Jack off a cow. Not here, not there, not then, not now. I would not help Jack off a cow. Perhaps if we were on a boat, would you help Jack off a goat? I would not help Jack off a goat. Not here, not there, not on a boat. This Jack of yours, he seems quite ill. Get him off. I never will. If I find myself afloat with you and Jack aloft a goat, I will dive into the sea, and that's the last you'll see of me. Would you do it in a car? Would you do it in the dark? Not in a car, not in the dark, not here, not there, not where we are. Let me make myself quite clear. Then I'm getting out of here. I would not help Jack off the horse. I would not do it, Morse, of course. I would not help Jack off a cow, not in the past, not in the now. I would not help Jack off a goat. This is the end. That's all she wrote. In the sea where I'll be, this is farewell to you from me. You say you like it in the sea, you say to me. On this day, I must agree, in the sea's the place to be. Let me make one final plea, then I swear I'll let you be. One more? Fine, just make it quick. this time with you has made me sick. As we sail across the bay, could you find a way? I hope you might. I hope you may help jack off a whale today. Of all the lame ideas you've had, I must admit this one's not bad. I will do it, Morse, of course. This plan of yours, I do endorse. I would do it here or there. I would do it anywhere. I'll do it now and then again. I'll show you how, Morse, my friend. In a car or in a boat or in the dark with a goat, we'll go down in history, Morse, of course, you and me. For years to come, they'll tell the tale of how we helped jack off a whale. Merry Christmas.
The Tactical Turkey says, story time with Angry P.
Yeah, no, that's great. That's great. We'll save that other one and do it here in a little bit. We don't want to
Right.
give too much back to back. You know, I mean, that's great.
I don't remember whose signature's in that one, the last person that read it, but that one, we let people sign it, put a message in it.
Oh,
and
that's
then
cool.
whenever
So you
we
can
send
pass
them
it
on.
around.
But yeah, I brought stickers and whatnot.
Oh, yeah, that's great. We want those.
I got some
Yeah.
swag for y'all. I brought some hats, and
Oh, awesome.
I'm actually,
Shameless plug.
I'm a deer hunter.
Okay.
Love to deer hunt.
Yeah.
And I harvest my own animals, do the whole thing.
Yeah.
And I actually brought some summer sausage. That
Okay.
I'll make
Nice.
myself,
Hell yeah.
I'll let
You
y'all
know, we
try
like
that
to
out.
have some food around here.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Man, don't you just love all the guests that I bring on? Man? I'm telling you.
Rich, you're a hero to me.
He's like, do y'all got swag? We do. All right.
No, that's great. That's great.
That's my first message. You know, like,
All
hey,
right.
you want to come on the show? What can you bring in?
Hey, have you heard anything about from the guys about XFL Gym while you were there? Have you reached out to them by chance,
What?
Brandon or Gunner, about XFL Gym?
I have not. I
Do
can.
you mind?
Yeah, no.
Okay, I just want to know what's going on there
going
so
on
we
with
can
it?
get that worked out for everybody. But meanwhile, we do have things to talk about here, and I want to get to them. This is great, and I think everybody can take part in this. You know, every year there's something new that comes along that people do for the holidays, something fun, something different. And I think this is interesting, and I think there are many ways this could be leveraged, but models who look like Jesus are earning $200 an hour or up to that for their divine likenesses. From family portraits to Christmas cards, these Messiah models are now being hired for a variety of photo shoots that require a holy touch. Bob Sagers, he's a 6'5" model. He was discovered at a music festival, said, I make a pretty tall Jesus, and has been posing as the Savior for 4 years. To perfect the role, models must not only look the part, you know, the long hair, beard, robes, but embody Christ-like qualities. Photographers are cashing in on the trend. A Utah-based photographer, Michaela Avalos, seen a surge in her business after sharing photos of a Jesus-themed shoot. I was flooded with requests after that. She's now done 50 projects, but she does warn parents, if your kid doesn't like sitting on Santa's lap, they probably won't enjoy the experience with Jesus either. So what that tells me is they're putting Jesus in a chair and kids are getting on his lap and sitting in his lap taking pictures. That's one part of it. But I mean, how many scenarios could you put Jesus in if you had a model Jesus?
I'm gonna.
Could you put Jesus on a moped?
Right. I mean, you probably could.
Yeah, of course you could.
Yeah.
You could do all kinds of things with it. Now, some people might not be amused by it, but I mean, I have to imagine that if you got the model out there, you got to do a few extra shots here and there for just the private book, right?
For $200 an hour, yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Money's worth.
Yeah,
I'm
yeah.
on it.
No, I think that's fantastic having Jesus. And I mean, Santa's one thing, but really, I mean, and you got to feel weird posing as Jesus as that guy. You know, I mean, it's a lot of pressure to be Santa, but to be Jesus, God.
It's like what is his day-to-day lifestyle like? And then just to flip the script and be Jesus
Yeah.
on the weekend.
Yeah, dude probably has a regular job. You know, he's probably a blue collar guy working at the auto parts place, you know, and then every weekend he becomes the Messiah, you know, and you know his wife hates it too. You know, you're not Jesus. You're not. I promise you. You ain't walked on water. You walked over the dirty clothes, damn it. Yeah, that's what they're going to get from
Be
that.
like, shut up and get me some wine.
Right. And bring me some water, bitch.
Send Gunner a text. I'm waiting for a response.
Yeah, okay.
Brandon says that's Gunner's territory.
That is definitely Gunner's territory. Okay, no, I'm certain it's something I've done. Trust
Sure.
me, it's not Gunner's fault. Whatever it is, it's all my fault. Let me
Mikey
do-
G says you're the best reader of the book they've ever had.
Oh yeah. Well, thank you, Mike. I'll try to do better on the next one. I was a little rusty there, but hey, let's do this and see if this works actually. You know what? As a real estate agent, I've seen lots of homes get caught up in probate. That's when somebody dies and they don't have a will, and the next thing you know, siblings are arguing over houses, possessions, cars, things like that. That is a nightmare you don't want any part of. You're going to need some help. You need someone with experience. You need Riggin Law. Okay, RigginLaw.com. Kristen Riggin there and her team are amazing at guiding you through this process. Look, you want to get what's coming to you, but you don't want to have to fight with everybody to get it. Just get Kristen to do the work for you. Go to RigginLaw.com. When you have questions, you have concerns about an inheritance, about anything like that, RigginLaw.com is the solution. Check them out. Do you live or work in Conway, and are you a vapor? Yeah, and listen, stop going to crappy gas stations to get your vapes. Go to Crazy J's. They've got 2 locations in Conway, every kind of flavor you can imagine. Not only that, but if you love the electric lettuce, and who doesn't, they've got all kinds of glassware, some of the coolest stuff that you've ever seen. So no matter whether you're trying to get your vape on or your bud on, Crazy J's is the way to go. Check them out. They've got 2 locations in Conway. Crazy J's for all your vape and smoke needs, baby. All right, we are back. My guys over here, Shane's over here on the phone with the Taser Man to see what can happen with that. They're working out some things there. I don't know if it's gonna, the challenge to be here by the end of the show may be too much for anyone, but I will stand by it. If he can show up, I'll take that.
All right.
Oh,
Hey,
yeah.
Maybe we can get Mikey G up here at the same time. Get both of y'all knocked out at
How long
once.
does he have to work till? Or...
Oh, Mikey G. Yeah, he just started a new job, so he's kind of,
Okay.
I can't take off yet.
Well, that's what
Yeah.
I heard him saying that. And
We told him to quit, but he wouldn't do it.
No,
We said, just quit.
just
It's
quit
fine.
the job. It's
Yeah,
not that important, really.
no
Yeah.
big deal.
Did you see this? I wanted to mention. I was just scrolling through news things yesterday,
Okay.
trying to catch up. But
Okay.
apparently, Arkansas has been named the most popular place to move in 2024.
God damn it.
Yeah, stay out.
I hate that, man. We've been avoiding this for a long time, man. I was talking to Sean Danielson from Smile Empty Soul
Yeah.
because he lives here, and he was talking about, how he lived in California and the different places and how different it is. And it is. Trust me, you don't know until you go somewhere else how different it is here. And I don't want everybody to know.
No, keep
No.
it secret.
No, I mean it's traffic's about as bad as I want it to be. So let's
I
not
agree.
make it like Atlanta. If we just tell people we suck, tell them we're still in the 70s. Nobody has shoes. We're hillbillies. We're toothless. I used to avoid that. Now I want people to think that. I don't even want them to find us on a map.
Just don't come.
I haven't even heard of Arkansas. That's where I wanted to go. Just quit talking about us altogether.
On the opposite side of that spectrum, though, apparently Louisiana is the state that the most people are moving out of. They want out of there.
It's underwater,
I
Rich.
agree with that.
Well,
Yeah, no
I mean,
doubt.
Jesus, how many times does your home have to flood before you go, maybe I shouldn't live here? I mean, I don't mean that to
I
be
mean, how
funny,
many
but
times does your home have to blow away in a tornado before you decide to
well,
say,
but mine
"That's true"?
hasn't.
Well,
Every
this is
time.
true.
Mine has not.
Yeah.
I'm saying if it happened to me 3 times,
I'm done.
I'm gone.
Yeah,
As a matter of fact, maybe 2. But if a tornado hit my house 3 times in 5 years, I'll leave this. I'll probably leave the country. Yeah. What you find
Let's
anything
find
out,
out.
Shane?
It'll happen, but not today.
Yeah, that's what I assumed it might
I don't
not
know.
be.
So he is currently working at Alexander Police Department.
Okay, yeah. And that's good. From time to time they don't have one anymore.
Right. Yeah.
So it's good that he's got that now.
Right now, there's a lot
True,
of stuff
they-
that
they-
apparently that just happened. Apparently, from the news reports, I don't know. We don't talk work.
Yeah, right.
Because that's conflict of interest kind of thing. We don't.
Yeah.
Do it. But I guess Channel 416, somebody just
because he's the
reported.
police and Shane is wanted by the
I'm
police.
an
so it's the
outlaw.
same
I
thing.
mean, your brother's name is Outlaw, and you're a cop. Like,
Yeah, it's perfect. It makes perfect sense.
I love it.
Yeah, no, that's
But
great.
yeah, he's actually on his way to work. So he's
Okay.
got
Well, that's all right, man. Maybe maybe we can get that set up.
It will happen.
We'll put that on the wheel of pain,
Yep.
and let's see if we can we can coordinate with him to be the Wheel of Pain guy, where if I let him know on a Monday, he could be out on a Friday. Would that be feasible?
Probably so, yeah.
Okay,
He said,
good.
I am 100% going to make that happen. So
Yeah, I've got a few things on the Wheel of Pain: paintball gun, shot collar,
I've got
taser, the kendo stick over there, a gut punch from Nathan Kirby. You know who that is?
No, but that just sucks.
Yeah, if you saw him, he's 6'5". He's ridiculously ripped. He's an MMA trainer, and he's also a stunt man and a movie guy.
I've got a customer friend that does MMA training. He's kind of a big dude.
Yeah.
That if any of those fall through.
Yeah, he'd be glad to come punch me. Yeah, no, I'm
We
sure a
can
lot of
line
people would line up to come punch me, brother. There's no shortage of people who want to do that. I can promise you.
This shot collar sucks. By the
Oh,
way.
I'm sure it does.
Yeah.
Well, it's not the Wheel of Fun.
Right, it was an accident, but when you're doing, so we had an underground fence, and they've got these little testers that you put on the prongs, and I had my hand on this one, holding it, was about to test this one, and walked out. Yeah,
You caught yourself.
Yeah.
I the weirdest thing I ever saw with that, we had Chihuahuas at one point, a couple of them, and our boxer. And the boxer at this point, Rousey, was a puppy. She's pretty young. And the two Chihuahuas, they yapped a lot. And so we were like, well, let's get little shock collars, and try it out. So we were trying to put a shock collar on one of the Chihuahuas, the boy one. And it accidentally went off. And he thought that my boxer did it and bit the shit out of my other dog because he didn't know where else it could have come from but that.
right.
So it just bit my other dog, and I was like, oh, no, we can't do this to him, man. Yeah, he's like, why did you do, I was like, no, we can't use these, man. So, yeah, I know they hurt, for
That's
sure.
hilarious. Yeah.
Yeah, but, yeah, that's going to be the Wheel of Pain, and we'll do it, like I said, we'll spin it on Mondays, and then on Friday, whatever it is, we'll deal with. All right, let's talk about something else then here. Let's talk a little bit about Christmas. I've got a couple things here that I think might be of interest to you. So let's talk about the Home Alone thing. They do this every year, but I thought this year it would actually be interesting to you, which is in the movie Home Alone. You may remember that Kevin McAllister goes grocery shopping, and he bought an impressive haul for a little less than $20. Prices have gone up some since 1990, a lot recently, right? So new research calculates the cost of those same grocery items to see how much it would set you back today. So again, his was $19.83. Today, the 10 things he bought after his dollar off coupon would be $57.54.
Wow, not surprised me.
That's almost triple since 1990, man. That's
Crazy.
crazy, isn't it?
Ridiculous.
I mean, that is
I
ridiculous.
see that though. I do all the grocery shopping because I do all the cooking.
Yeah.
I love it. That's just something but yeah.
Have you ever thought about going on one of those cooking contest shows like the Iron Chef, or
I've thought about it, but I'm
something
not
you're not a chef? You just like to cook.
I love to cook, and I do have some chef skills.
Yeah.
And I think that I would be good at that, but it's the time limit thing that would
Right.
probably just
Kill you.
yeah, I'd be done.
No, I would be horrible at that. I promise you. I would. There's no way I could do that.
Yeah, it would be fun. I love to cook. I mean, nonstop. Rodney's the same way. He's always cooking something.
Yeah.
It
What's your signature thing to cook?
don't really have just one thing. I mean, like I'll make something and then we'll live off of it for a month. It's like, oh, that was badass. And,
Yeah.
and
Oh,
then
you're
I'll-
an institutional chef. Yeah, I got you. Okay.
When the family gets tired of it, you move to something else.
Right.
Yeah, we cook these big giant casseroles and
Yeah.
okay.
Well, I just did a backstrap off of a deer and filleted it open, stuffed it with cream cheese and jalapenos, wrapped it up, threw it in the smoker for a couple hours.
Right.
Phenomenal.
That does sound pretty good.
Phenomenal.
That does sound pretty damn good. I'm going to be honest with you.
Yeah, it was wonderful.
All right, let's see if you agree with this. We've all unwrapped a present that we probably didn't like before. Some better at hiding it than others. A new survey finds that more than half of Americans have needed to use resting gift face to mask their disappointment. It was 2,000 people looked into the practice of using resting gift face. It says over the last 3 years, the average person has received at least 2 gifts they did not like. So how can you tell if someone isn't happy with a gift besides them going, this sucks? Avoiding eye contact is the biggest sign, followed by showing a fake smile, changing a tone of voice, or talking too much about how great the gift looks. 56% of people conceal their true values. Gifts from family members were 34%, significant others 29%, and friends 28% most likely to get that reaction. I got that reaction often from my wife. Actually, I didn't. I just got the, really? Back when I had a wood shop, because I did for 7 years, and I would custom build things, really cool things. But there wasn't anything I ever made that she liked. No, I made her 2 or 3 things. And she was like, I don't really like the homemade gifts.
No?
And I was like,
wasn't a
fair
fan of
enough.
You
your
get
wood.
nothing. You get
Right,
nothing.
right.
She's just not a rustic wood chick. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
yeah,
Some
I hear
are
you.
and some aren't. You got to understand it. But it took me about 3 years to figure out that was not going to work no matter what I made, Do you do any type of thing like that? What's your secret man skill besides cooking?
I don't have one.
No.
I'm just an asshole.
He's
That's a secret man skill. That's
I'm
a
just
skill.
I'm
No.
just an ass, man.
No, that's great.
his other skill is that he's shaping the youth of the future. He's going to
Well,
be teaching.
That
today,
is
you
true.
know?
Yeah, you
Oh, my.
are a
I
baseball coach.
I
So
do.
that
I'm a baseball coach.
there you go.
I actually got asked by the local school. I'm going in from 1 to 2:30 today to be a substitute teacher.
Oh wow,
Which is
really?
not
Yes.
That's
All
not
right.
frightening.
not at all.
We already have a problem in the schools, Shane.
Right.
I mean, that's
it's
great,
about
man.
to get real.
That's
But
great, man.
I asked, I was like, do y'all have a curriculum that I've got to follow? And they're like, well, there'll be something they have to work on, but you're free to do. So it's funny, y'all hit on slang words the other day. I had already started. I was like, hey, and I've got a list of slang words that people have thrown at me
hmm
that
Some of them are inappropriate, probably.
some of them are
The
that did
school
not make
anyways.
the list, but I want to go in and I want to find out what the words are they're using as,
Do you think that you might read to them who will help Jack off the horse?
They are middle school kids, so
Oh, that's a
if
little,
I can
little
pull the
young for
blinds
them,
and
isn't
lock
it?
the door, yeah, we can get away with it.
Nah, probably better not.
Nobody
you,
go
may,
go
live.
back on
you
that.
may not be invited back again, man.
I'll probably
I
have to
can't.
find a
I,
new school.
I still can't believe they called. That's my.
Yeah. What's your secret man skill, man? What do you
Oh,
got?
I probably don't have a man skill either, like Shane said. I mean,
Bourbon.
Yeah, he
just-
had 2
yeah.
of them. Okay.
I am a bourbon collector.
Yeah,
guy.
you collect the actual bourbons, you collect
I
the
do.
bottles, the gear. What do you collect?
I just collect all the bourbons. I mean, I drink a little and then save a little.
Okay.
So,
So what's your most
probably a
prized one?
Oh heck, I don't know. I got a lot. I mean, I got some Blantons, I got some E.H. Taylors, I got some Wellers. So
Yeah.
I don't know that any are just.
You don't
know,
have
you
a
drink
special
some that-
occasion bourbon that you're only going to break out for the right friends?
No, I don't have those type of friends.
Oh,
The bourbon's there, but the
Yeah.
friends aren't there. So
okay. I understand.
no, but
yeah.
I mean, I don't get into. It's just ones you can't find around here. I'll get them and then
Yeah,
have a little and then save a little. So
that's cool, man.
I
That's,
really
go to
shouldn't
whenever
really collect, but
when I need to know, hey man, should I buy this? It's $45, and he's like, yeah, 100%. Or so I'll hit him up. He's my go-to bourbon
so
guy.
he can tell you whether that's a good investment.
Right,
See,
right.
that
I
is
make
a
multiple
skill.
trips to the store weekly.
Yeah, no, I
You
understand.
got to find that diamond in the rough, So
Yeah,
I've
no,
got
you
one.
got to do
every
a
now
lot of
and again you
research.
find them. So
Yeah,
I've
it's
got a
like hookers.
bottle.
You got to do a lot of research before you find the right
Yeah,
one. Yeah.
Right.
Amber Lewis says
Uh-oh.
getting
Uh-oh.
thrown out of sporting events. is
Oh,
the
Rodney,
case
that's
in
his
town.
wife.
I do. Yes, that's my wife, my lovely bride. She's actually coaching youth. So with that she's coaching 5th grade basketball right now. So they needed some coaches. So she said, "Yeah, I'll do it." I got my stepson's 11, so she's coaching that, and she got it. And afterwards, I said, "Well, babe, I can help you. If you want me to help you coach." She's like, "Absolutely not." I'm like, "What?" She's like, you can't keep your mouth shut long enough." Fair enough, but I can do just as much yelling from the bleachers. So
Yeah,
I let her know now. Now
yeah.
you put a challenge on me.
That's funny. Yeah, parents get real serious about sports,
Oh my
man.
God.
I mean, like they think their kid is Nolan Ryan. I swear to God. And
Yeah.
I'm like, he's probably not going pro, right?
I just ride the umpires. Like, come on, man. And a lot of times just jarring with them. And
Yeah.
man, some of them get upset. And say,
Well,
"Hey,
yeah, they
I
take their
just
job.
playing, bud."
They take it seriously,
I
don't
was
they?
just kidding with you.
What's up,
So-
Stevie Wonder?
That could be. Right, yeah.
Of course, if somebody came to my job and did that, I'd probably be upset too. Like,
Would you?
Well, you
Yeah.
calling me out like that?
Yeah. What's your day job again?
I work for American Fire Protection Group in Maumelle.
I know where those guys are.
We
Yeah.
do. we do all fire protection stuff.
Okay.
It's
All right.
really great.
Yeah, that's interesting, man. So you come to a company and get them outfitted with what they need for fire
Yeah, yeah.
protection and set them up for safety, right?
That's the plan.
Yeah, yeah.
What they do with it after we leave is a different story. So.
Well, sure. That's as with anything, isn't it?
But yeah, it's a pretty good career. I mean, I've been in it long enough.
That's
now,
cool,
so
man.
I guess I'll stick with it.
No, I think that's great, man.
Right.
That's awesome.
Yep.
Now, tell them again. What is your day gig?
I work for Gray Bar Electric.
Yeah.
So I'm an outside sales guy.
Okay.
Mainly focused on the low voltage side of the world, which is your cameras, your security, access
Yeah.
control, IT stuff. I've been working for them for just a little over a year, but I've been in this business for about 25 years now.
Okay.
So
So now, do you just go out and knock on doors, meet clients, and bring them into the fold, or do they come to you? How does it work?
both.
Yeah.
A lot of the industry is already, they already got their people in places they buy from, and
Yeah.
sometimes I'll be like, hey, I can do this, they can't. A lot of time it's just maintaining the customers that we have.
Yeah.
Like Rodney, they're one of my customers. So
Okay.
I'll go over there. We just took them out to have lunch the other day.
Yeah.
Hang out, talk a little bit about work.
That's
and
the
a
only
whole
reason
lot
we're a
about-
customer. I like free lunch,
Yeah. No,
golf trips.
Yeah, we
no,
play
it's
golf.
it's absolutely great when you're in that kind of business and vendors come by and they're like, "Can we take you to lunch?" You damn sure can.
Someone was like, "You mean you get paid to go talk to people?" And I was like, "Yeah." And he was like, "Dude, you scored."
Yeah.
Obviously, I
That's
talk.
one thing he can do is talk.
Yeah. No, I
And,
spent.
there's a lot of times we have to ask him, okay, hey, we're trying to leave events or doing fundraisers. me and Mikey G are standing over there like, okay.
Yeah. No.
Everybody's
25 minutes.
gone. It's just me and the janitor.
Yeah, Laura's been standing there looking at me like that too, because I spent 25 years in sales and management, and
Yep.
so yeah, I'm going to talk when I'm there. Whoever's around, I'm grabbing their ear, trying to.
My wife's
it's
like,
just a
she'll
dad
just do
thing.
this, and I know to give her the keys to the truck, and she'll just go sit in the truck.
Hey, did we ever hear anything back from Gunner?
Yeah, he said that he was driving, but he said he'll fix it in like 30 minutes. So
Okay,
I don't know
all
if
right.
we'll be
So
able to air it
no,
today,
we'll
but-
get it on. No, you got time, man. I mean, it's only 8:00, so
Yeah.
we got plenty of time. Speaking of 8:00, we better do this real quick, okay? You know what? As a real estate agent, I've seen lots of homes get caught up in probate. That's when somebody dies and they don't have a will, and the next thing you know, siblings are arguing over houses, possessions, cars, things like that. That is a nightmare you don't want any part of. You're going to need some help. You need someone with experience. You need Riggin Law. Okay, RigginLaw.com. Kristen Riggin there and her team are amazing at guiding you through this process. Look, you want to get what's coming to you, but you don't want to have to fight with everybody to get it. Just get Kristen to do the work for you. Go to RigginLaw.com. When you have questions, you have concerns about an inheritance, about anything like that, RigginLaw.com is the solution. Check them out. All right. Hey, good catch, Rich. Good catch, Rich. Good catch, man. That was awesome, man.
Hey,
That's
while
why-
we were on there, it's Jensen on Facebook says they want to be a customer. I don't know if they just want to get taken out to lunch or
I mean,
what,
money's
but-
money.
right?
$20 is 20 bucks.
Well, look, if someone did want to get a hold of you about that, how would they do it?
I mean, just reach out. 501-413-4227 is my work cell number.
Okay.
Shoot me a message.
413-4227.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Shoot me a message. Call me. Whatever. If I don't answer, leave me a message. I'll call you back, and then we'll just kind of go from there.
Yeah, but you're gonna have to work on the lunch thing.
Yeah, yeah,
You don't just get the
Yeah,
free lunch.
That's
just
not a
you know.
given.
No,
Yeah.
you have to work
It took us a
towards
while.
that. Yeah. No, that's great.
See, this is what I say. There's no such thing as a free lunch.
There's
No, there's never such thing.
Never free.
So
anything.
you said you've been doing this for 20 years. Did you get into the electrical or construction side of business as a worker and then evolved to sales, or have you always been in sales?
Yeah, I've evolved into it. Started out as a grunt, just pulling wire,
Yeah.
and then worked my way up. Started doing a lot more installs on access control, fire
Mhm.
alarms, all that good stuff. And I kept saying, because I would get mad at salespeople that would sell something, and then we would go to install it, and it's like, man, half of this shit ain't right.
Yeah, you can't be done this
Right.
way, right?
So
Yeah,
then
salespeople are notorious
Yeah.
for going, they'll figure it out. Yeah.
And then someone was like, you know what? You go do it. And I'm like, okay,
Okay.
I will. Because to me, I feel you should know how to work it if you're going to sell it, kind of thing.
Well, no, I mean, I think that's pretty factual
Right.
for the most part. I mean, you better understand your product forward and
Right.
backwards.
Yeah, majority of anyone in constructions probably came up that way.
Right.
You
Yeah.
rarely have one that jumps straight into selling something because you got to know the product, right?
Yeah, right,
What you're
right,
selling.
right. No, Adam here at Legion Scaffold, he is the designer of all the scaffolding, and he started out building scaffolding.
Right.
I mean, he came up, as a grunt, just building scaffolding, and went into, the lead, and now he, runs this company. And I'll be honest with you, I don't know anyone who's better at doing that than he is. Like
That's awesome.
There you go.
nobody, nobody is better than Adam at it.
I love like being out doing things. I'm a hands-on guy. I like getting dirty. I like working and
And doing
manual labor. But as you get older, obviously, desk jobs, sitting around is not terrible.
No, having brief periods of rest is good.
Right, right.
Then you get back out and go at it. You do it in controlled bursts
Yeah.
when you get older.
That's it. And I still
Now I'll do, okay, I'm going to do 2 hours here in the office. Then I'll go out for an hour and kill it, and then
Right.
come back for 2,
Right.
and then go kill it for.
Exactly.
Yeah, that's how you got to do it. Smoke a little spliff here and there,
Yeah.
whatever. I mean, not me, but I'm just some
Other
people.
people.
Well, I
Yeah,
have people
other
hit me up and they're like,
construction
"Hey, man, I need a TV hung, or I need this," and I got you, and I'll go hang a TV and stuff
Yeah.
like that. So,
Okay.
Nice.
All right.
Oh, go ahead.
Go ahead. No, you
No,
go ahead,
no,
man.
go ahead, man.
Okay, I was going to tell you that today over at Stone's Throw Brewery, and trust me, you want to go over to Stone's Throw. They are amazing. They have some great beer. We're now doing every week. We're doing a weekly beer sampling here.
nice.
During the show live, and that's a lot of fun. So
We're gonna need to
this-
get that moved to either like a Tuesday or a Thursday.
yeah, we're going to work that out because yesterday he came in, and
What he's
I
doing
didn't. I didn't think about that. Amanda, is recovered, so she doesn't drink anything, and so.
yeah.
And she's cool. I mean, she's fine. She didn't mind. But I was like, but that's one person not tasting the beer that I need tasting the beer.
Right.
So we'll shift it up. Yeah.
Glad
But
to.
I do want to mention
I
that.
volunteer.
Yeah. That today, taproom trivia is at 6:30 p.m. First, second, and third place win prizes. And listen, they've got like 14 beers on tap. On Monday, you go over there and get a $5 crowler. That's a good deal.
Wow.
Of any beer they got, doesn't matter. They don't have a one you can't get. You can take any of the 14 on tap, and for $5, get yourself a 32-ounce can of brewski, and that's not a bad deal.
No.
Particularly, matter of fact, I may be buying those as Christmas presents.
Right.
Because it's a tough economy this year, right? So yeah, check them out over at Stone's Throw. You will not be disappointed when you go over there at all. All right, let's talk about something else here. Do something just a little bit different.
Somebody
Yeah.
just reminded me. I think I sent this to you yesterday, and I don't know if it made it onto the blog yet. Or yesterday was a busy day,
Yeah.
but man, there was some naked dude in the middle of Hot Springs just
Oh, you did
running
send that.
around. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know if it made it on the blog yet or not, but did that happen
Yeah,
yesterday?
that was yesterday
He
morning
just-
at Grandin Central, right in the center of downtown Hot Springs.
That's
like-
why I didn't make the show yesterday.
Yeah, no, that's great,
Our
man.
arrangements.
I don't know anything that happened. It was a video.
But I saw the video you sent. It was in the middle of it. Looked like very busy traffic. And what was he doing out there?
he was.
Was he just sitting? Was he standing? Was he walking? What's he doing?
He was walking around. He was like stripping and throwing his clothes at cars and stuff. And then, I mean, he was
Did get
he was
warm.
buck naked, and the cops
Yeah.
finally pulled up. And
This sounds very close to bath salty.
yeah,
Yeah.
What do you do when you pull up? You're like, all right, how do we get this guy down? I don't want to tackle a naked guy. You know?
No. Who wants to
Right.
tackle
You're
the
gonna have to
naked guy?
tase him.
That's one way to get out of a fight. Just take your clothes off.
You seen
Exactly.
that? There was a guy that was doing that. He would go up and like, "What's up, dude?" He would bow up on him, and they would
Yeah.
like, "Let's go," and he would rip his pants off, and they would run like hell.
Yeah, no. I mean, nobody wants to fight. The naked guy's the crazy guy.
oh, it is. It's
Gotta
it's-
be.
they-
Yeah, no doubt about it. So yeah, I was assuming he was on some kind of drug because most of the time those guys get real hot all of a sudden.
Yep.
Their body overheats, so they start stripping their clothes off.
Yeah, I'm showing. him
Yeah,
the
he is.
video over
He
here.
is butt naked right in the middle of downtown.
Yeah, he don't
Is
look like
this-
he knows where he is. He looks like he.
That's crazy.
That is fantastic.
There's
gotta
been
get
a
that
few
guy
of
on the
those.
show.
Yeah.
Yeah, no.
With
If
clothes,
anybody knows him and can get him on this show, clothes or not, I don't care.
Oh,
I'll put his ass naked right here. I don't give a damn.
Let's put some Visqueen down.
I
on
want.
his chair.
I want to know this guy. I want to talk to this guy. I want to know what his life's about because now it looks like the police pulled up, so he may be in Clink City right
Right.
now.
Yeah,
I was about to say, you
think
can find him there if
You
you
know,
want.
somebody knows him, and tell him I want to talk. He's a head up your ass
He is.
headline, a living head up your
living
ass
one.
headline.
Right.
So I need
Local
him.
too.
Yeah, I need him to come in here and tell me about this day because it had to start with at least one bad decision. I promise you.
I want to see how many
There was
phones
like,
are.
come here now. Like he's pointing now. Yeah.
Yeah, no.
Phones that are out right now.
Oh yeah.
Oh no, everybody! I guarantee you, there are 400,000 videos out of 8 cars.
That's TikTok right now.
Yeah, no, they're
Everyone.
all every format you
Look,
could
that's
find went
not
live. You know, see, that's one of those things where now I think about that when I'm driving. If I see
Oh,
something
God.
where there's a bunch of sirens and stuff, a bunch of cops pulled up, I'll get my phone out, get the video ready just in case.
Right,
You know, because I don't
right.
know.
You never know if there's a naked guy standing.
Well, you know, that's what I'm saying. I mean, you know, if I see that, I'm definitely recording it. You can bet on
Getting
that, man.
sent to everyone.
Did y'all hear about the guy that was high on meth and fought off like 15
Yeah,
cops?
Oh,
I
yeah.
watched that video.
The
and-
one that fought off 15 cops while he was masturbating.
Well, I know about
Okay, yes.
that was Mikey G's video.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Not
yeah.
the masturbation.
Yeah, no,
part.
it's
Impressive. One-handed
I
fighting off
closed my
15
eyes.
people.
No, that's what we were talking about yesterday.
Oh,
Is this
that's-
guy? It took 15 cops to take him down. He wouldn't stop. They kept trying to stop him, and he was adamant he was going to continue to do it.
Oh, I see. I
And so they're trying to whoop his ass and get him down, and he's steadily loping the mule.
If they would have,
You know, he was so committed. He's like, you don't understand how hard I work for this. I'm too close to stop.
it's
was
like when you
trying
go
to-
to grandma's house and the dog jumps up humping your leg. Just let him finish. He'll be done in a minute.
Bro, that's right. They hit him with a taser and it didn't stop him.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, that's committed. It's like, no, I'm getting this one. It's been, I don't know what happened if he woke up in a body that all of a sudden worked when it didn't before. And he was like, no, I'm doing
That's
it.
what the world.
Yeah, no, I finally got one. I'm
It's
going
like-
to use it.
It's like when you first discover your shit down there, you know, and you just
Yeah,
keep,
yeah,
hey,
you
look what
keep-
I found, you know.
Yeah. You don't want to let
on
go
that
for
thing.
some
He's
reason.
just trying to help Jack off the horse, man.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. He was trying to help Jack off that horse.
Right.
That's right. That's right. All right, let's read another book. I guess is that he hadn't said XFL Jim is ready yet. Has he?
No, he
Okay.
said he was driving. So, like I said, I know for sure that it'll get on the blog. Gunner said he was driving. He's going to try and fix it in 30. So,
Okay,
we'll get
great.
it taken care
Great.
of one way or the
Well,
other.
let's do this then. We're going to read. Susie likes to look at balls, and this is another fine story that you can record right now and save for your kids, maybe even for later in the day. Here we go. Susie likes to look at balls, and if you play a sport, chances are before too long she'll take a look at yours. This book she wrote for you and me just to clue us in on all the balls that Susie's seen and where those balls have been. Oh, that's great. And it does say there are 34 reach-arounds hidden in this story. Could you find them all? I want to find the reach-arounds, don't you? Tiger's balls are small and white, just like Michael Jackson's. These two guys are socialites. They both see lots of action. Oh, that's great. It's Tiger and Michael. That's beautiful.
Those made me-
Tiger puts his balls in holes and keeps them out of the sand, while Michael proudly shows his balls to boys at Neverland. Yeah, that's beautiful. Bruce Jenner ran decathlons. He took Olympic gold, but today I'm sad to say he has no balls to hold. I don't know just what went down. He must have lost a bet. Bruce's balls are Caitlin's now. I'm sure he has regrets. Pam has soft and bouncy balls, the kind that must be seen. Hugh Hefner knows how all that goes. They're in his magazine. Hugh Hefner's balls were big and bold, the finest balls around. Then one day Hugh got old. Now his balls dragged the ground.
Oh,
Serena brings some lovely balls to the tennis scene. She has fuzzy little yellow balls, yellowish and green. I think these balls might just be what makes her such a threat. The other girls out on the court haven't got a set. Serena tries to keep them hidden because if they're verified from the women's tennis league, she'll be disqualified. Susie went with Magic Johnson out for some seafood. When she looked at Magic's balls, she really lost the mood. Magic, where's your protection? I think it's too late. Your balls are going to spread infection. It's time to end this date. David Beckham thinks his balls look nice, and it seems the world agrees. He showed his balls once to Posh Spice. The rest is history. Ernie is not at all impressed by what David Beckham's got. He thinks that Spice Girl looks depressed since having tied the knot. Ernie's rented shoes and his wrist brace made David laugh out loud, but the eyes lit up on Posh's face when Ernie pulled his ball sack out. Ernie's balls were beautiful, big, hard, and round. When he slid his fingers in, Posh made a funny sound. Ernie rolled those big old balls for a split and then a strike. Now David knows it's Ernie who's got the stuff that ladies like. Yeah, that's nice, man. That's lovely, isn't it? That's a great Christmas gift. Susie likes to look at balls.
I don't know if the book is better or you reading it is better, man. But that is just that's a prize. Man.
Well, I'm glad you
I
enjoyed
think you
that.
need to do that on Cameo or something. You know,
I should do that,
Right.
videos of that.
We've got multiple more books.
I've probably got 15 books.
Well,
Oh, yeah.
y'all
Oh,
should,
definitely.
Y'all should bring them up here. You know, maybe we
do
do
it.
this every once in a
Right.
while and do a segment and have me read these books for you.
They're all great.
It's great because, like I said, if you're just listening,
Oh, it sounds very
it's
offensive,
horrible.
doesn't it?
But like, one we was talking about putting his fingers in the hole, it was talking about a bowling ball.
Well, yeah, no, clearly, he's getting strikes. Yeah,
I mean,
yeah.
I don't know. The
No,
play
it's-
on words, and that one right there is the one that really hit home because it used everyday people that.
No, it was
Right,
it's
that
very well done. They're funny, you know.
Illustration's great too.
Yeah.
Amanda says that she wishes they had those books out when hers was a little one.
Right?
Oh, it would have been great
Yeah.
to read to your kids, yeah,
Right,
because they're
actually.
not going to know any different. You know, now once a boy gets probably about 5 or 6, you start saying balls, it's over. They're probably going to get laughs out of that. At least I promise by the time they're 10, you know. I mean, you all of a sudden, you know what balls are then.
It's great, man. You hear we've had multiple people read them, and everybody's different the way they read.
Sure.
So I mean, that just like he was saying, it brings the comic out of it.
It really
Yeah.
brings it to life.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, it's fun to do. It's fun to do. Let's see what the people are saying. K-Bird said good morning. What's up, man? Joey said good morning. He said finally got a deer hunter on here.
Yay!
Yeah, Joey's a big deer hunter. Crystal said good morning. Mike said good morning. What's up, Mike? How you doing, man? What's up, Turner? What's up, Wendy? Where you at now, Wendy? Where'd she say she's at? Is she on the road right now?
Yeah, she's on the road. I know she
In
was,
Tupelo. She's in Tupelo. Wendy's our truck driver. She comes in every once in a while and gives us a little update on what's going on over the country as she
That's
drives
what's up.
through, and that's pretty cool. Yeah, she has some great
I
stories.
think everybody's got a truck driver. We've got one.
Yeah.
Sure.
It was funny. So one of those stickers here's got a QR code on it,
Yeah.
and the QR code takes you. We travel, and I'll go put these QR codes in bathrooms. And this guy was like, "Man, I was taking a nice big poop one day and seen this sticker and scanned it, and here I am." And
Yep.
he's a follower.
Jay said, shout out to AFPG. Rodney's a good dude.
There you go.
Nice.
Whoever said that? Who was that?
Jay Sorsby.
Oh, okay, good. Yeah,
You know him over at Hums?
yeah, good.
Yeah. He also is he's got a podcast. He's a motorcycle rider.
Cool.
Yeah, he's cool,
Holmes is
cool
good
people.
people over there.
Hums,
Yes,
they are
they're
good
great.
folks, man. If you want equipment, they're a good place
Need
to go.
to get high. They're the people.
Yeah.
If you need to what?
Get high.
Oh, like to get a lift.
lift.
Yeah. No, I know what you meant.
I didn't.
I
Yeah.
knew what you meant.
Kind of
Yeah.
like the scaffold guys here.
Yeah.
No, exactly. Yeah, they get high all the time, don't
I hear
they?
you.
I'm gonna
Yeah.
throw a shout out. Good morning to Alex Johnson. He said good morning. Saw Robbie is in here. Robbie Shirley. He's co-owner of TNR Wrestling.
Oh, yeah.
Joining in,
How you
saying
doing?
What's
What's up, Robbie?
Yeah, just a lot of good morning, everybody. Thank you for joining us. There was a new name I saw here. Where was he? Yeah, Laquetta Dyer says good morning, guys.
Oh, Lupita?
I guess is that it?
Lupita Dyer? A
Lupita.
buyer or Dyer?
Dyer.
Oh, okay, that's different. Say it again then.
I'm gonna say Laquita. Laquetta.
Yep.
Yeah,
There's
Lupita
that.
Dyer.
That's one. Yeah, that's my aunt, but that's she
Okay.
follows us.
Follows us.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, what's
But
up, Laquita?
I
Welcome
don't
to
like
the
to admit
show.
that to me people. So
No, I understand. I get it completely.
y'all got families like mine, you know.
Gunner just said that XFL Jim's ready to go.
Well,
Hey, look at Connor.
do we believe this or not? I don't know, but I hope so. Let's try this because I swear to God, man, when I tell you insane. Hold on, let's try.
Hello there, XFL Jim here for the weekly roundup. Hello there, XFL Jim here for the weekly roundup. We have a great episode for you today. I'm going to talk college football, NFL, a little bit of Japanese football. It's going to get real hot, real sensual. So stay tuned. Shout out Patrick and the people, baby. I, of course, must begin with college football. It is bowl season, but before we talk about the bowls, we have to talk Army-Navy. Navy won at 31-13. They look like the better team. Bryson Daly, a Heisman finalist. He was in the top 10 of voting. Was pedestrian in this game. Navy just looked, they dominated the entire time from wire to wire. It wasn't even close. Army really just didn't have a chance. So for now, Navy are the superior troops. We are a naval country until further notice. That's just how it is. Also, we had our first bowl game. South Alabama 30, Western Michigan 23. It was a game. I don't know if I'd call it a great game, but it was a game. Congratulations, South Alabama, for getting the win. Other bowl games coming up. We have Memphis, West Virginia, Western Kentucky, James Madison, Cal, UNLV. I'm excited for these games. If I'm going to give you the winners, I'm going to reach into my mind and pick the winners going in. I'm going to go Memphis over West Virginia, Western Kentucky, JMU. I'm going to go Western Kentucky. I'm going to go James Madison. And Cal, UNLV, I'm going to go Cal. I have to. UNLV losing Barry Odom is just too much, which brings me in to my segue. I'm so good at this. Let's talk a little bit of coaches. There's some coaching carousel movement. I would normally talk transfer portal and who's going where, but it's crazy. There's like over 2,000 some kids in the transfer portal. What's up with that? Who can keep up with that? So we're going to talk coaches. We got Rich Rod going from Jacksonville State back to West Virginia. I think it's a great hire. I think it'll work fantastically. He has succeeded wherever he has gone. He will do well back at West Virginia. Marshall, out of a bowl. Their head coach wins the Sun Belt, still gets fired, goes to Southern Miss, and now a majority of the team has left to basically follow the man. And Marshall can no longer field a team for the bowl game to play Army. Shout out to Louisiana Tech for taking their place there, but it's just, yeesh. Bill Belichick to UNC. Massive. Huge. Will it work? Who knows? I sure don't. It could be the worst hire ever, but I think it could also have the potential to be a fantastic hire. It depends what we see. There's a lot of, just like any college football hire, you never know. You really don't. Barry Odom. Can he recover Purdue? Can he make Purdue as good, if not better, than the Brom era? That's the question that we need answered from Barry Odom. I love him as a coach. I think he's a fantastic coach. Great hire from Purdue. Again, don't know if it'll work out. Scott Frost, back at UCF, getting the band back together. I hope it works out. I'm a little skeptical here. Hopefully he learned some things from his time in Nebraska. He needs it. It's a match made in heaven. We saw already. Bronco Mendenhall to Utah State from New Mexico. I think this is a fantastic hire. I love Bronco at Virginia, a.k.a. Rocky Dick and Balls. I think it's going to be a good fit at Utah State for him. He did really, really well at BYU, so I trust him. And then Dan Mullen to UNLV. Love it. Fantastic hire. He's been in broadcasting for a little bit now, but he's a good coach. We know he's a good coach. We know that he could do more with less, and I think that'll be very imperative at a school like UNLV. Love that. What's your favorite coaching hire, huh? Why don't you let me know? Why don't you let a boy know what your favorite coaching hire is so far in the college football season, huh? Now, of course, I'm not going to leave you college football gambling less. This is a betting community. We are a society of degenerates, so we have betting lines. Here are the upcoming, I'll satiate you in the meantime. Here are the bowl games coming up between now and next week's show. We have Georgia Southern versus Sam Houston in the R&L Carriers Bowl. Georgia Southern is a 5.5 point favorite, and I'm taking Georgia Southern here over Sam Houston. Give me Clay Helton, baby. Basically, maybe he's fighting for his job later. The Staff DNA Cure Bowl, we have Ohio versus Jacksonville State. The Bobcats are 3-point favorites here. Both are missing their head coaches. They're losing a lot. I'm going to go with Jayville State, though. I have a method for gambling on college football bowl games, and it is Fade the Mac. The Union Home Mortgage Gasparilla Bowl, Tulane versus Florida. Florida's a 14-point favorite here. We're going with the Gators. It's just keep it simple. Tulane, disappointing end of the season. Florida, kind of like climbing at the end of the season. They want to go in to next year with some momentum, take the Gators here. For the playoffs, we have Indiana, Notre Dame. Notre Dame is a 7.5-point favorite. I'm rolling with Indiana. I don't know if they win, but I think they have the very easy potential to keep this one super close. I'm so excited for Indiana, Notre Dame. SMU, Penn State. Penn State 8.5-point favorite. Again, this is a pressure situation. What do we know about James Franklin? He cannot thrive under pressure. He's the opposite of a diamond. Give me SMU to keep it close here. Clemson, Texas. Texas is a 12-point favorite. Clemson maybe could keep it close, but the only way they do that is by turning Quinn Ewers over. Distinct possibility, but I think Texas has a much more likely opportunity to roll here. Clemson has crumbled under pressure a lot when they face these really good teams. I think Texas can dominate. Tennessee, Ohio State. Ohio State, a 7-point favorite. And by well, they should be. Tennessee's super banged up. Defensive lines for both teams great, but I like Ohio State. And at 100%, Ohio State's still one of the most dangerous teams in the country. The Myrtle Beach Bowl. We have Coastal Carolina versus UTSA. UTSA is a 9-point favorite. I'm rolling with Coastal. This is basically a home game for them. Tim Beck getting it done. The famous Idaho Potato Bowl, Fresno, NIU. NIU is a 3-point favorite here. Give me the Bulldogs. Give me Fresno State. I'm doing it. I'm once again fading the MAC. And then the Hawaii Bowl, South Florida versus San Jose State. San Jose is a 6-point favorite, and I'm rolling with the Buffaloes of South Florida. I'm XFL Jim. This is gambling. So remember, there's always a shot you can lose. Have you gone to IHOP and just thought that was too damn classy? Well, welcome to Perkins, bitch. Because where we get our food is a secret even our chefs don't know. Perkins is the kind of restaurant where there might be something on the floor next to you, but so what? It's 3 a.m, you're drunk, you just want some food. That's right, it's Perkins. We got tomato glaze, we got mango fish tacos, we got shrimp 2 ways, and neither of them are good. Come to Perkins. We move on to the National Football League. Week 15 is in the books, and I will give you the briefest of brief rundowns. But don't worry, we're going to do this one a little bit centrally. We had the Rams over the 49ers on Thursday night, 12-6. It was a terrible game, but the Rams turn out to be a dangerous team. A dangerous team indeed. They can win in multiple ways, folks. Multiple ways. Chiefs 21, Browns 9. Jameis getting pulled for DTR is not what you want to see out of this fine, young, outstanding gentleman. Patrick Mahomes is the story of this one, though. Is he hurt? For how long? We will have to wait and see. Browns just could not get out of their own way. I've seen that before. Bengals 30, Titans 27. The Bengals are still technically alive, and Joe Burrow, as sexy as he ever is, just keeping this team going week by week. Commanders 20, Saints 19. Jake Hayner starting this game for the Saints made little to no sense, but friends, Spencer Rattler made it a game. The Commanders looked rough for a section of this one, but they still got it done. Ravens 35, Giants 14. Man, the things Lamar Jackson can do with a football will make even a grown man blush. It's so wonderful being able to see this man, this human football, just sex machine, what he can do. I feel privileged being able to watch him. Cowboys 30, Panthers 14. Cooper Rush looked pretty good. The Panthers' offensive line is something of a mystery. Non-existent, perhaps. Bryce Young came back down to earth a little bit. But both these teams stink. Jets 32, Jags 25. Speaking of teams that both stink, Devontae Adams came alive here in the latter stages of the game. Aaron Rodgers has been looking better these past couple weeks, giving Jets fans some semblance of hope. Texans 20, Dolphins 12. Tua. some of the worst picks I've ever seen. This offensive game plan was terrible, and it's the Dolphins against a team over 500. The Texans didn't even look that good. Their defense was all right, but the offense for the Texans was just... it was something of an enigma. Eagles 27, Steelers 13. The Eagles have solidly cemented themselves at the top of the NFC, not trailing too far are the Vikings and, of course, the Lions. But the Eagles sit on top. That defense is pure bliss. Jalen Hurts airing it out to A.J. Brown, Devontae Smith, shutting the haters down. The Steelers, well, they did not prove the doubters wrong this week, did they? They never win in Philadelphia, so it's fine. Bucks 40, Chargers 17. Baker Mayfield, my word, man. What a game from him. The Chargers, no running game whatsoever, and they just looked flat out sloppy. And what can we say about Mike Evans that hasn't been said every single year so far? Broncos 31, Colts 13. The Broncos, look at them, huh? Who would have thought? Who would have thought that this Broncos team, huh? And the Colts, Anthony Richardson, not the guy. Bills 48, Lions 42. Shootout of shootouts. The Bills are just, so fun to watch. Josh Allen, many people are saying, running away with the MVP, quite literally, so to speak. And the Lions, as good as this offense is, it's hard to have full faith in them the way the defense is playing at the moment. It's just, they need a fluffer. They really do. I've had one before. It really does help. Cardinals 30, Patriots 17. The Patriots tankathon continues. The Cardinals still alive. Still alive. Packers 30, Seahawks 13. There was no fuck shit. Geno is probably just done. And the Packers are legit. Pretty standard, if you ask me. Bears 12, Vikings 30. Speaking of standard, the Bears suck. The Vikings, though, quietly still alive for potentially even the 1 seed in the NFC, huh? And that's Sam Darnold. Boy, is he a looker. Falcons 15, Raiders 9. You didn't watch this game. Nobody should have watched this game. And that's okay. Because this game sucked so hard. Now that brings me to my Week 16 picks for the upcoming week of NFL action. I'm going to give it to you right now. I'm going to give it to you straight. I'm taking the Steelers plus 6.5 versus the Ravens. The Steelers bounce back spot. Tomlin, after a loss, as a dog again, in the division against the Ravens. Give me the Steelers here plus the 6.5. I don't know. I would burn my money for this. Browns, Bengals over 49. Yep. It's a system play at this point. I'm taking the Bengals in overs. I'm doing it. Their defense is trash. So trash. Commanders plus 4.5 versus the Eagles. This is basically for the division. I believe the pressure is there. Yes, the Eagles will probably dominate them, but if there's ever a game right now, this is the one. Other games to watch out for: Rams-Jets. Rams-Jets. That game's going to be messy. Aaron Rodgers has been playing better. The Rams have a lot of, they're looking good too. This game is going to be fun. Those are my games for this week. Watch out for that one, huh? Of course, I also have to briefly mention our friends over in Japan. The X League had their semifinals for the Rice Bowl tournament this weekend. We had Obik losing to the Panasonic Impulse 5-24. It started out slow and kept being slow. Obik gets a safety, they get a field goal, and then a bunch of missed field goals in the first half, and then after halftime, Panasonic comes running in and just is a man on fire. They looked so good. Then we had Sekisu versus Fujitsu. The Frontiers of Fujitsu won this one 52-21. It's just classic Fujitsu domination. We see this time in, time out. Once again, we get Fujitsu versus Panasonic for the Rice Bowl, and it's hard not to take Fujitsu in this one. Just in Japan, there's really only 3 teams, maybe a 4th, but give me Fujitsu honestly all day. I'll be rooting for Panasonic. I got a player on that team that I'm really big fan of, but I'm going to roll Fujitsu with the official pick. And folks, that'll do it today on the weekly roundup with XFL Jim. I hope you've enjoyed yourselves. If you like me, You can find me everywhere at XFL Gym. Twitter, Instagram, X, the Everything app, Reddit, Twitch, YouTube. I am all over. Shout out Patrick and the people. They are a fantastic organization, and they really know just how to get your rocks off. Thank you all for watching. Have a wonderful week of football, and remember to stay #Garage certified.
Yeah, that is great, man. That dude is something else, man. He might be clinically insane, but what an entertainer that is.
Right.
You know, he's doing a great job. So glad that we have him. By the way, just want to thank XFL Gym and also mention to you that we're going to have recurring segments from Bob DeBuono. You may remember him. He's the Trump impersonator, rated the best in the world, and you could see why. We'll also be having Trisha Daniele coming back. And I did mention earlier that I interviewed Sean Danielson, Smile Empty Soul, yesterday, and that was a one-on-one interview about 30, 40 minutes that'll air Saturday on the after-school special, Patrick's after-school special. So be sure to check that out. I think that you'll enjoy it a lot. Yeah.
Sorry, real quick.
No,
I
no.
wanted to give a special shout out, Crystal Ann on Facebook watching, and she just donated 99 stars to us, or gave us 99 stars. So.
Hey, we appreciate that. We
sir.
appreciate those stars. Yeah, and right now everything that we get is going towards the GoFundMe. Because if you don't know, right now we're trying. Well, we've been chosen to be on The Blocks, which is an entrepreneur reality show, and folks are really being kind and generous. I want to thank Joe Beth for donating $25 this morning. Let's see who else has helped us out today. Matt Shockey with 25, Brandon with 25, David Lindsay with 100, Will Phillips with 50. So all you guys really appreciate you reaching in and helping us out to reach this goal, because we're just trying to cover the hotel and the food and everything while we're there. We just have to take care of that. Otherwise, we'll be on the show, and it's on Amazon Prime, and it's huge for us. Even if we weren't going to be on Amazon Prime, it'd be huge just to be with the level of entrepreneurs that they have and get something from them that will benefit us a great deal.
That's awesome.
That sounds super cool. I'll have to check into that.
And I wanted to invite you all too. I know we talked about it earlier in the day. Sorry if I mentioned it again, but
No, yeah, come
this
on.
weekend at Hard Riders, Saturday, TNR Wrestling, they're one of the promotions that are teaming up with us for the Arkin Brawl. They're going to have their event this Saturday at Hard Riders there in Jacksonville. First bell's at 7, doors open at 6. I'll be there as the ring announcer, doing
Yeah,
that,
and
voice of the Bruce Buffer of Arkansas.
That's
That's
right.
what's
There.
up.
That's who it is, the
That's
Bruce
what's
Buffer of
up.
Arkansas. So
Yeah.
you get out and see him at Hard Riders, man. It's going to be awesome.
The wrestling's cool, man. We did the what do they call it? The extreme dwarfinators, but the
Okay, yeah.
the
Yeah.
midget wrestling
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
Hot Springs, and it was
Hold on
funny.
a second.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I said,
okay.
I said the short people word.
Yeah, no. That's what they say. They define it that way,
I
actually.
even asked one of them, and I was like, "Hey,
No,
I
they-
feel bad
they-
saying the M word," and he was like, "No, dude, say it, because that's what we are, you know."
Yeah, no, they're very they love doing what they do.
Yeah.
It's only the cancel
The
culture
people,
that
yeah.
Exactly.
you're literally trying to put people out of work.
Right.
That's the best work they got.
That's it.
They're making a shit ton of money doing
Fun.
it.
Yeah.
People have
Travel
fun
around.
seeing it, but because you don't like it,
Right.
you want them to not make money.
My
I guess
11-year-old
they could just go home and sit there and be homeless, man.
Right.
Stand out here at 6:30 and
and get pissed at them for
yeah,
asking for handouts. After
right,
that.
yeah, because you shut them down.
Man,
Makes
and
sense, doesn't it?
What was that called? Summer sausage? What'd you?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just a smoked summer sausage I make out of venison or deer meat.
It was
that
phenomenal,
sounds good.
actually. It
Yeah.
really is delicious, to be honest. It's
I
fantastic.
wish I could. Actually, no, I don't. I'm not going to say that. I like sharing it with people because it's
Yeah.
good. You know,
Yeah.
people sell that and make good money off of it, but there's a process you got to go through in order to sell.
Yeah, it's very, very a serious
It's
process.
it's
Yeah.
a very serious process. But no, I appreciate it. I like sharing it with people. I like
Yeah,
put
no,
a
it's a good
smile
time.
on your face. You know,
Well, it did that. Let's talk about this for a second, because I think that in the past few years, people have felt like that the shoplifting has increased across the nation. Now some people have said, "Oh no, it's really not that bad. It's just they're inflating it. They're making this up. They're making it more than it is." Well, here's the official from the New York Post. The average number of shoplifting incidents in the nation in 2023 jumped 93%. Compared with pre-pandemic times and monetary losses for retailers, they've risen 90%. That's the largest retail trade group in the nation with its impact of retail theft study of 2024. 94%. So yeah, I would say that pretty much says it is out there happening.
How much
Yeah.
of that though is contributed to the tax you take at the self checkout lane?
A lot of it.
I'm just
Why do
saying,
you think?
like-
Why do you think Walmart's unrung that bell?
Right.
Right.
I mean, they were all in, pushing that all in, and now
All the
they're going away from it because too many people were like, "Oh yeah,
Right.
I can do this. Yeah, I
I
get it."
mean, you're not giving me an employee discount for ringing myself up. So
No, and some people took their own discount.
Damn
right.
they did.
No, they did. Now, what's Walmart doing though? Check this out. They're rolling out employee body cams to help combat
Wow.
the scourge of shoplifting and customer behavior. Employees have been seen wearing a yellow and black body cam in a store outside Dallas. Walmart says it's a trial being used. It's a pilot that we're testing, and we're going to evaluate the results. But just think about that. That's how out of control shit's got.
right.
They're wanting to put body cams on Walmart personnel.
Seriously.
I mean, damn.
It's
ridiculous.
But what are you going to do? Record them running out the door?
Right.
I mean, because
Well, I don't know.
They won't stop them. And I made
No.
a joke one day. I was leaving Walmart, and there was a guy in front of me, and he had a TV, and I watched him pay for it. So
Yeah.
no big deal. But as he goes through the doorway, the alarms
went
start
off.
going off, and I immediately was like, "Run!" And I said that. I said that really loud, and
That's hilarious.
several people laughed. And then I looked at what I learned to be an undercover officer right there,
Yeah.
and he was like, "Yeah, nobody would have chased him. He would have because he's a cop." But
Yeah.
he was
Right.
like an employee. He was like,
No, because they,
Yeah, they
they
tell 'em
get
not to.
fired.
Yeah.
They get fired for it.
"Yeah,
And I guess that's because if they get hurt, the Walmart or whomever would be liable for it. So they don't want you doing that. I'm not chasing anybody over, things like that if I work for the store.
right, no,
Now, maybe even if I own the store, I'm not dying over,
No, not
$20
your money.
in product
Yeah.
or whatever.
yeah,
There's no way,
I'm not running after anything. So
no."
if I'm running, you should probably start.
Well, that's what I always said. That's how bad. When I was in the military, I hated running so damn much, man. It's the worst. And I'm like, and if Jason Voorhees were chasing me, I got about a mile,
Right.
and then it's over. If he can
Yeah.
make it past a mile, I'm a dead mofo because I'm gonna stop and go, just kill me and get it over with.
The whole
bro."
time I'm running, I'm trying to work out a deal. Like, you
Yeah.
quit running, and I'll give you something.
Yeah.
Come on, man.
Be
You know,
like,
though,
Like
can
the
I
whole
just
time.
can I just smoke this spliff before you kill me? Do you mind?
Something.
marketing idea though for Walmart.
What's that?
They should just do live streams to all the body cams so you can just see all the crazy
Oh,
stuff
Now
my
go
that
down.
would
God,
be that
dude.
would be a bona fide. You think the Ring doorbell?
I mean, that's
cams
what
are
I'm
a hit.
saying. Like, remember
Yeah.
the old people of Walmart.com
Oh, yeah.
pictures? Like,
Yes,
now
that's what I
you
was about to
can see
say.
it live.
And that's legit. And you do see, I swear to God, most of those pictures probably are taken here.
Right.
Because you can go into any Walmart here and see that shit every single day.
It's insane.
People in their
all day long, too.
jammies, people with their ass hanging out, people in clothes that you can see through,
Yeah,
people
and
in very ill-fitting clothing.
That's their mindset too. There was an interview of like the Dollar General that was going in, and this lady was talking. This man was interviewing the lady, and she was like, "What do you think about the Dollar General?" And she was like, "Oh, I'm so glad because I don't have to dress up to go there like I do when I go to Walmart."
Wow. Wow.
There you go.
I got to get dressed up to go to town, Bobby.
Damn.
I got to get my moo-moo off, and I'm going to have to get on some good sweatpants and a Leonard Skinner shirt,
I don't think anybody looks in the mirror before they walk out of the house to go to Walmart.
No.
No, you're supposed to be, I think people somehow consider it a safe zone, like a safe space
Yeah,
for,
no judgment
for
zone,
like the gym
No,
is supposed to
right.
be. They just walk in and whatever the hell they wake up and just go, and you look at them and you go, really?
Little do they know we're judging them the entire
Oh,
time.
no,
I love people watching.
absolutely judging. Yeah, no, people watching.
People
is
watching
the
at
best.
Walmart's
Yeah.
awesome.
Crystal Ann said she works at Walmart.
Yeah.
On
Yeah.
Facebook.
Yeah, are you wearing a body cam yet,
If you
Crystal?
do, can we get access to it live feed?
Right.
Yeah, I definitely
We
want
can
to do
set
that.
something up.
So
Apparently, there was an earthquake in Louisiana today. I just found out.
well, shocking. It's a state that's underwater.
We were just
I
talking
mean,
bad
come on,
about it a
man.
minute ago.
Yeah, I mean, look, if you still live in Louisiana, why?
Exactly.
I mean,
Don't
you-
come to Arkansas though; it's horrible.
No,
Somewhere else.
definitely go to Mississippi. It's way better there.
Right.
Yeah, no.
Yeah.
You ever been to the Starkville to the
The stadium.
the stadium there?
I've been through there. I've never been to a game.
Oh man,
Yeah.
it's the worst.
Is it?
No, man, the worst thing, man. You go downstairs to the bathroom and it's just one. It's like a
Trough.
river, a trough that runs through it. People are standing on both sides, and
Oh,
I'm like, come on, man. Now I got to worry you're going to pee on my shoes, and I have to look at your junk too.
Right,
That's
that's messed
ridiculous,
up.
man. Yeah, that's like I can't even pee here. What are you doing? Come on.
Oh
We're
wow.
talking about shoplifting. So
Yeah.
this is interesting because this is not here in Poland, but in Poland, the government now made firearms training a mandatory part of primary school education. So
Oh yeah.
elementary
Let's
kids
go.
are learning to handle rifles and pistols under the supervision of trained professionals. Now, they don't use live ammo. They use ball guns, air guns, small arm replicas, and laser-based shooting systems where a green light is a successful hit. So there's no actual risk of anyone being harmed because of the way they're doing it. But and the students seem to like it a lot. But they feel like that's what they need to do to prepare their people for any eventuality. But I think about in context of today that if there were more, there used to be schools that had gun education in them, and you
Right.
could do things like that. I think more of that would prevent more of the things that happen that are the negatives.
Power by
Exactly.
numbers.
Well,
Yeah,
I'm
and-
just saying that when people learn from a young age to respect and use a weapon,
Right.
they view it differently later.
Right.
And so, when that crazy teenage hormone kicks in and, you may think about it different than just grabbing it and going to use it on somebody,
Exactly.
Now, when it comes to gun ownership, here, we're pretty passionate about it, as you can imagine. They did a survey. It's the Guys and Guns survey, basically, is what they call it. They polled a bunch of guys. So there are two reasons, according to this, guys own guns: hunting and protection. That's pretty fair. I mean, is there another reason to own one?
Mhm.
No, not
No,
really.
some people do it just for fun.
For sport,
Like a hobby.
shooting?
Sport, right? Yeah.
Okay,
Just
yeah.
collectors. but-
Okay, I guess so. That's fine. Now, of men who say they first fired a gun before they were 18, 57% say they now own one for protection. 35% now own one for hunting. So, there,
I'm in both categories.
yeah. Of men who say they first fired a gun between the age of 18 and 24, the protection number goes to 79%. The hunting number drops to 15%. That makes sense, though, because
Right.
hunting is a culture.
Correct.
Right.
And if you didn't, like, I didn't grow up in a hunting home. I respect the hell out of hunters. I appreciate what they do, number one, for the environment.
Mhm.
Number two, I appreciate the sport of it.
They bring you sausage.
I do appreciate the benefits of it.
Probably word that
But-
differently, but okay.
But hunting is, yeah, that's right. Pause.
Flag the tape. Flag the tape.
Hunting wasn't my culture. So I don't do it. Besides, I don't want to be in the cold. So, that's a problem for me. But I think people in that culture way in high proportions respect guns way more
Right.
than those who don't.
Yep.
But just because they spend so much time and learn so much about it, you just revere it in a different manner,
Correct.
Yeah, there's a lot's changed on it because coming up or in high school, you whatever you would drive to school, they would have the racks in the back of their truck
Oh, no.
with
When-
them in there.
Bro,
now
when
it's
I
just
graduated
totally
high
different.
school, I promise you there were trucks parked in the parking lot at Bryant High School
Yep.
with a rifle across the back glass.
and
They
the,
all the
door,
time.
the windows were down and the doors were unlocked.
Yeah, and
Wasn't
you know what? And
no
you know
deal,
what?
you know?
You know what didn't happen? Nobody shot
Exactly.
anything.
Right.
That-
Yeah,
yeah, it's just changed so much.
It has.
Just-
I've talked about it before. I think, at one point I felt like my dad had a gun in damn near every room.
Yep.
A handgun, he had a rifle case, he had all these different things. And look, we were like any other boys. We got into all kinds of shit.
Yep.
Okay. We lit stuff on fire. We did this, we did that. The one thing we never,
did.
ever did is touch those because we knew that my dad would beat the hell out of us if we did.
Correct.
Bar none.
Right.
and it was the one thing that we were taught, do not do it,
Right.
Yep.
and we knew that was the line. So, yeah, I think that when you're exposed to that culture and you're around that, and even though I didn't hunt, we went skeet shooting,
Mhm.
we did recreational
Right.
shooting from the time I was super young, and then I was in the military and learned more about it there, different kind of weapon, but still,
Well, something I had said is if you take the curiosity out of it,
yeah.
it's not so interesting anymore.
Right.
Well,
what I
yeah,
mean?
I mean, it's like right now, I think everybody's tripping, not everybody, but a lot of people are tripping about weed because, like, oh my God, so many people are using now. But
Right.
listen, the mystique's gone. Okay, there's no more enigma. There's no more riddle. It's no more rebellious to smoke weed now.
Right.
Right.
So over the next few years, I actually might see those numbers go down. If I'm being honest with you, I wouldn't be shocked at all if they went down some, because half of the fun was just trying to do it.
Right.
Yeah.
Trying to
yeah.
find some weed, trying to find a dealer, trying to get the dealer to be home.
Now it's so easy. Yeah. It's
yeah,
like,
trying to get
take it out.
Go
35
to a
bucks.
payphone, pay
30.
your buddy.
Right.
Yeah, that's right.
Wait on him to come
Wait on,
up.
he's just there waiting at the payphone for 30 minutes.
Yeah.
Hey, if somebody comes up to use it. No. I'm waiting on a phone call.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
just saw a deal with Snoop, and he was talking about. He said you can put 40 people in a room, and half of them hate each other, and y'all are passing some blunts around. He said
They
they're
all love
trying-
each
they're
other.
taking selfies and shit.
Yeah.
He goes, but if you put 4 motherfuckers in a room that hate each other and a bottle of whiskey, he goes, someone's getting their ass kicked.
No, that's definitely true. That's definitely true. Yeah, you introduce whiskey to almost any violent situation, it's going to escalate. That's certainly
but
true.
Yeah, there's just, I mean, I was a connoisseur, growing up. That's pretty much all I did. I was doing that. Everybody else was drinking.
Yeah.
And I don't know. That's just what I went to. But yeah, I mean, there's nothing wrong with it. I'm getting in a
Mhm.
car and driving home with you smoking before I do somebody that's been drinking.
Oh, I know, absolutely. Look, I'm not saying you should do any of these things, but however, having said that, the worst sin normally when you're smoking
Right,
that you commit when you're driving is you look down and you go, oh shit, I'm doing 50,
right.
and I'm on the
75.
freeway.
Right.
Yeah, and people are like, vroom, vroom, vroom.
And
You're
that's
like,
me behind you
yeah,
cussing.
yeah. Hey, I did something this morning, and man, I hope this guy isn't a listener because he's going to know I did it.
You
But
threw out a box of nails on the ground.
no, yeah, I sure did. No, but when I'm driving in the morning, the traffic's not too bad, but there is a little bit, and sometimes you can see the people coming up in the left lane behind you. Now, I'm going to tell you that I don't observe exactly the suggested limits all the time.
Right, right,
I may or may not average 80.
right.
And so
You
I'm
passed me like you were in a Batmobile last week, man.
As I
I was
said.
driving down the highway doing 70 like 2 miles away. Boom! And I
That's
was
me.
like,
I got things to do, man.
Should have got out of the way.
And
Yeah.
so I'm rolling at 80 plus, and this guy, I can see him from half a mile back. He's coming, and there's a lot that I can't get over really, but I see him, and I know what he's going to do. He's going to come up and bury his headlights in my ass,
Yep.
and that's what he did. So I just slowed down.
Yeah, I love it.
I wedged him in all the traffic.
And
just
it's a
let him
game
stay.
now.
Oh no,
Yeah.
it was a bad game because he caught me about Southwest.
Right.
And I had to come here, and I kept him hemmed up almost the whole time. By the time he finally got an opening, he nearly peeled out at 60 miles an hour to go around me. He was like, I don't know what speed. He was like a rocket. Wow! But I could just feel the anger off of that dude. I was like, yeah, bitch. How'd that go?
It wasn't a
Wave.
great tundra, was it?
I don't know.
We're not gonna disclose what it was.
Yeah, no, but normally, I'm the guy I'll get over for you. But
Right.
if you just run up on me,
Same way.
no, I mean, because I'm not going to do. Look, even if I'm going real fast, I'll come back a couple car lengths from you. You'll know.
Right.
You'll know that I want to come past you.
Come on, yeah.
And you'll eventually pull over, or I'll go around. But I'm not going to get. Number one, I'm not trying to have an accident.
Right.
And I learned early on after I totaled about 3 cars in 2 years, from 16 to 18, that you probably don't want to follow too close.
Right.
Yeah, I had a
Brake check.
I had a yellow lead sled. It was a 76 Grand Prix.
Hell yeah.
4-door lead sled, man. This thing was, probably 1 billion pounds, like 38 feet long. It looked like a flat RV basically. But the reason I got it, I was such a dumbass. Historically, if I look back, I had a Chevelle. Okay,
Oh,
that's what I was
yeah.
driving, a Chevelle.
Right.
Okay, at a 71 Chevelle
Very nice.
Malibu. That's 350,
Right.
not the big time SS, but it was a bad mother. You know what I
Right,
mean?
Right.
But it wasn't cool at that point to me. And so I was like, I want something with power windows, Dad. I want something modern, man. And he had a car lot, and he goes, well, what do you want? And I said, I want that big yellow car. He said, okay, and he took my Chevelle, but it wasn't a week after, maybe 2 weeks after getting that car that had the good stereo in it. I had picked up my buddy, and I was like, I checked the stereo out, and I was reaching down, turning the truck in front of me, slammed their brakes on, and boom, man, I hit him. I hit him so hard that the bed hit the cab and dented it.
Holy
Crap.
Yeah, and they got out like this. Oh, and I was like, oh shit.
Where's
you know.
your
My
Yeah.
check, my neck.
Yeah, and they got a check too, bro. They got one. Yeah, they definitely got
you
one.
get the Chevelle back?
No, I didn't get the Chevelle back. No, the next thing I had was a Caprice Classic Landau,
Nice.
which is a half vinyl top. It was a 4-door. I got the motor chromed out in it.
Yep.
Put some rims on it. I had 17 dice hanging from the
Hell yeah.
the ceiling because I thought that was cool
Right.
for some reason. Of course, the front ones had the Playboy bunny on them because they had
Of
to.
course.
Right.
They had to.
Right.
I mean that was the way to go. Totaled that one too. And
I see a
then
trend.
yeah, no, there was a bad trend. And then my dad said, "Here, I'm going to give you this, and if you total this, you're taking the bus." And he gave me a Chevette,
Nice.
and I totaled that.
Nice.
And so he said, "Well, welcome to the bus." And I said, "The hell with that, man." So I got to ride the rest of the day of my senior year. But yeah, man, yeah, I went through some. I damn sure did. All right, hey, let's do this before we run out of time. We need to do it, man. We really do.
Man, this has been it just
It's been a
flew
show,
by.
hasn't it? Yeah, it
man.
has. Hold on.
Listen up now, I'll tell you a story. Without a doubt, it's kinda gory. It's the worst news you could ever hear. Things just like this make you fear. Lying lunched on a dumb guy's knee, or a big aardvark drowned in some honey. Why you laughing? Why you laughing? This shit ain't funny.
Probably isn't funny, and if you laugh, you're going to hell. Man, I got a couple of good ones today. That man, they're tough.
I was gonna say, go ahead and start up with us, Patrick.
Yeah, here we go, man. A routine doctor visit took a very, very unusual turn for a man in his 60s when X-rays revealed his penis was turning to bone, a rare condition called penile ossification. That's right. Doctors found extensive plaque calcification along the length of his organ, making him only one of 40 recorded cases of this condition. Said it's an incredibly rare phenomenon where calcium salts accumulate in the tissue, forming bone structure. Despite the diagnosis, the patient declined further treatment,
What?
leaving the exact cause of his condition unknown. Well, you know why he declined it.
I mean, does it stay like that the whole time
Yeah,
then?
you know why he declined it.
Yeah.
No, they're paying money to line up and get on this guy.
Right.
What are you talking about, man? This guy's probably got porn. He's got an OnlyFans. I mean, it's an actual bone. Oh my God! What?
Oh wow, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, he's probably holding on to that.
Or get some duct tape.
Yeah, I'll tell you a crazy story. I had someone I knew who was in the penitentiary, and there was a guard who went over to an all-female unit, and you would think that you can't be assaulted by a female as a male, right?
Right.
Because obviously, if the package won't do anything, it won't do anything.
Right.
So you're shooting pull with a rope, right?
Yeah.
And so he was over there. Well, 4 women attacked him, and that's how many it took to hold him down. Apparently, 3 of them. While one of them put a pencil
Oh.
so that it would stay that way, so they could get their jolly on. That's a true story, man.
Holy.
Yeah. Put a,
Oh.
can you imagine that?
Ow.
So I would have been like, hold on. I can get this working. I can make this work.
Right,
Just hold on.
right.
Yeah, no. I got this. Let me work it out.
Yeah.
Give me 2 minutes here. Yeah, no, that was
Wow.
yeah. Think about that. That hurt, didn't it?
Holy.
Yeah. No, the only thing I've heard like that otherwise was I had a buddy of mine.
Yeah.
I have lots of buddies who've had problems, I guess, but a buddy of mine went to the free clinic because he thought he had an STD. And he probably did. Knowing him, he probably did. But he said that the nurse came out and said, okay, I just need to do a little swab. And he's like, okay. And he said he didn't think anything about it. And it's not like she held it out. So, but taking her hand and stretch it, and said then all of a sudden, before he could do anything, she comes out with this swab that's like 8 inches long and goes, whoop, whoop, like you're cleaning a rifle.
Yep.
Dude said I dropped to my knees, literally. He said I couldn't catch my breath. I said I would have beat her ass. Now you're gonna catch a foot or a knee or something on that one, man.
Yeah.
But I guess that's what happens when you do stupid stuff.
I had a catheter put in when I was 18 from a car wreck,
Oh wow.
and I was unconscious the whole way to the hospital until that catheter got installed, and they said that I sat straight up and tried to leave the building.
Yeah, no, I can imagine that. Why wouldn't you?
Yeah, that's like, no, not happening.
No, it's funny that you had that experience because I was went through a similar thing where that I had to have surgery on my butt, and apparently when
That it sucked.
yeah, no, it was the worst,
Right.
honestly. And but apparently when they began to do their thing, I tried to get off the table too because I'm like, no, even unconscious, I know that's a no. Yeah, no, I didn't want anything to do with that, man. All right, here we go. This is talk about pissed off. This lady was the estranged wife of a Mississippi man in custody after she shot and killed him outside the courthouse following the conclusion of their divorce proceeding. Yep, that'll do it right there. Yeah. The shooting happened Tuesday right before 1 p.m. Pearl River County Chancery Court there in Poplarville. The victim, identified as James Saucier, 62, his wife Tanya, 49, was apprehended after the shooting and is being held in charge of murder. But the attorney said the couple's divorce proceedings had just ended when gunfire broke out. I was handling paperwork when things went crossways. Tanya's attorney said he was walking out of the building when his client opened fire. Basically, I left the courthouse. She opened fire. I did subdue her, at which point she made threats against me. I administered first aid as best I could. The family, of course, is distraught. But, man, that's she was prepared for whatever the end was going to be, wasn't she?
She could have saved a lot of legal fees.
Money, right?
Yeah,
That was
really.
the game plan. just-
Yeah, I mean, why don't just shoot him first?
yeah, and then we're good.
Then you don't have to pay the lawyer till later.
She was going to reconcile those irreconcilable blah 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 whatever.
Differences?
Yeah, differences.
Those
yeah.
are definitely
Yeah,
irreconcilable.
those were
Should have got a
Hey.
pencil.
Yeah, they are. You got that's right. Should have got a pencil.
Damn it.
Man, I know you're still thinking about that, aren't you?
Yeah,
Good Lord.
that's horrible.
It is horrible. Yeah, a cruise ship passenger caught on camera acting unruly died shortly after being detained. Mike Virgil, 35, was seen trying to kick down a door on a ship shortly after it left the LA terminal. The gentleman was drunk and said he was going to kill us. That was another cruise passenger. He started chasing us down the hallway. Wow.
Those are long hallways, too.
They are very long. Yeah, you got to have a little endurance to make it down that. They are long, man. Virgil attacked 2 Royal Caribbean crew members aboard the Navigator of the Seas and was attempting to get down a door to a towel room to get one of them. Dude said, I was kind of scared. I'm stuck in this hallway. He was, yelling profanity, racial slurs. Video showed him shirtless prior to security restraining him with bear or pepper spray, some zip ties or handcuffs. A family member said he died within an hour of security injecting him with a sedative.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. Now, they said what happened was not characteristic of him. He didn't deserve to die. But why are you administering sedatives? Is that common?
Right.
Do the police do that?
I
I
mean,
don't
you
know
know,
on
I
a
mean,
cruise ship.
a lot of the people on the
It
cruise
is
ships
True.
different laws apply to a
Yeah,
cruise
and
ship.
they're from other countries. So,
Yeah.
I
Right.
mean,
I mean, why not just hit him with a trank dart then?
I mean, if you had all the ties and the bear spray, and I mean, surely he
Yeah.
was
Yeah.
good.
Yeah. I mean,
No reason to go any
right.
further, but
I mean, yeah, you can subdue him. Why do you have to sedate him too? I mean, they're probably going to lose that one, but international waters may be different
Right.
Yeah.
different laws there. Speaking of trank guns, you ever seen, I think, Old School is the name of the movie?
Yep.
Where Will Ferrell and shot, and he's like, "Oh man," because he shot himself in the neck with the damn trank gun.
That's what I was just thinking
Yeah,
about.
that's
too.
a hilarious
That
scene.
instant, oh, shit.
Yeah, he's like,
He
"You
gone.
just shot yourself in the neck with a train. You're so funny, man." Yeah, no, that's a great scene. I love Will Ferrell. Who's your favorite comedian, man?
I like Will Ferrell.
Yeah.
I don't know that I just have. I've been watching a lot of like TikTok comedy and
Yeah,
stuff.
yeah,
You know,
yeah,
with
yeah.
like Kill Tony and
Yeah.
oh
yeah.
my god, and I could watch
Oh,
that.
man,
for
he's
hours.
hilarious.
That's great.
Yeah.
No, his
Yeah.
formula is so
Yeah,
brilliant.
and
man.
then the guy that's on there, that's always on there,
Yeah.
the black guy, I can't remember his name. Oh my god,
I
he's
can't think
hilarious,
of it right now either.
absolutely hilarious. But no, I get on the whole Kill Tony
I
thing,
think
and
that one of the good things about the internet and one of the good things about TikTok, because most of the videos you see on TikTok are just trash.
right,
I would now it's very personal to different people because humor evolves.
Mhm.
My son will show me videos on TikTok that he thinks are hilarious, and I look at it and my eyes glaze over. I'm like, that's funny. So why is it?
Yeah.
Explain the joke to me. I don't get it.
Right.
Well, it's
Yeah.
yeah, no, it's not funny. But he feels like it is, But 90% of the stuff I see, I don't care about. But the comedy stuff, so many people in comedy, Matt Rife, for
Right,
example,
right.
who's now doing a movie with Owen Wilson.
Yeah.
Right.
The movie may suck, but he's doing a movie with Owen Wilson, and he's getting paid to
Right.
do it. That ain't bad.
he's a good comedian too. I mean, and a lot of people don't like him, but I look at how it's off the cuff.
Yeah, he ad libs working with the audience.
yeah.
Now, I will say this: if you do that long enough, that ad lib becomes second nature.
Right.
If you are a good comedian, but you do have to be a good comedian.
Right.
And I agree with you. Now, his stand up's pretty good. His crowd work is an A+.
Right.
He is dynamic when he works with the crowd like that. But I do like his stand up. He must have. I guess he somehow pissed off ladies who were all
Yes.
following him.
Well, he canceled
And-
several shows.
And he said something or did something or whatever it was in his stand up that
right.
upset people because they showed up to a comedy show thinking it wouldn't be comedy, I guess.
Right.
You expect when you go to a comedy show, anyone can be, I'm not holding back on anybody.
Right.
Yeah, if it offends you, okay. That's
Yeah.
name to a comedy show.
Yeah. Now the rule is be 51% funny and 49% offensive.
Right.
There you go.
If you get the
Yeah.
formula wrong, you'll mess it up.
Yeah.
You'll find yourself canceled.
Ron White used to be one of my favorite just go-to listeners.
Ron is one of the greatest storytellers.
Yes.
Because he's a slow burn, but he's a great slow
Yeah,
burn.
yes.
He's one of those that you see the train coming
Yeah.
and you jump in front of it. Like, please hit me with this train. I want it,
Say, I wasn't drunk in public. I was drunk in a bar.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
they
Threw me.
threw me out.
yeah. What about you, man? Who do you like?
I
in
don't know. I
comedy?
mean, kind of the same stuff, but all the
You don't like to
bigger
laugh a
name ones.
lot, do you?
Nah, not at all.
No.
But like Kevin Hart and stuff. I mean,
Yeah.
their stuff's
It's
some of
hard.
it's funny. It's different. You got to have a different mindset.
It's hard to argue against Kevin Hart at this point. I liked him from the early days. His first few stand-up sets were just beyond good.
Yeah. yeah.
And look, I'm not even mad at him, but I can't turn on anything without Kevin Hart
Him
being
being
in
on
it
it.
now.
Right.
It doesn't matter if it's a podcast, it's a commercial for Glad Bag. Hell, he's doing reverse mortgages in his 30s. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
He's just everywhere. And so sometimes you get oversaturated. But so for me, I've had a little too much Kevin Hart now.
Right.
Oh yeah.
But his bank account says, no, you
right.
ain't.
Right.
No, you ain't had enough yet because
Right.
I'm going to keep going. And I don't blame him. I would too. Look, I'd never turn that
Yeah,
machine off.
exactly. Yeah, if it's offered to you,
No,
go
the
with it,
ATM steadily spitting
Right.
money out for him.
Right.
I'm not going to walk away from it,
Cat
Exactly.
Williams has a few, there's just a few things that just stick in my head. I'm not one of those that can remember
Right.
Yeah.
everybody like punchlines and stuff
Oh,
like
I
that.
do, though.
Oh man, he was talking about when they were talking about smoking out one day, and he was like, "I'm not trying to die today. I got shit to do."
Yeah. No, I know that set. That's a
Yeah.
great set.
Yeah.
Cat Williams to me is he and Dane Cook. I
Yes,
don't care about
Dane
your
Cook.
opinions on them. Don't care what you think about their comedy exactly, but their stage presence is the best in the business. Cat
Right.
Williams to me is number one.
Well,
He's so dynamic on stage.
and he caught a lot of, backlash, I guess I'd say, or, both ways, but over that interview that he did
Oh, with
with
Shannon Sharpe?
yeah, where he was,
Well-
calling people. But now a lot of that stuff that he said during that has
Look, man,
come to light and come true. so-
again, the backlash is fine. Look at the exposure he got.
That's,
Right.
yeah.
I mean,
right.
the exposure he got. Not that people didn't know Cat Williams; a lot of people knew him, but
Kinda forgot
but
about
he
him,
but he
though.
wasn't as mainstream.
Yes.
Right.
That put his name in everybody's
on
Oh,
it.
yeah,
mouth.
back on the map.
And
They
it was
know when to do it.
the most charting video Shannon ever had
Right.
of any episode. So he broke through. but his stage presence is just unbelievable.
Right.
You know, there's a bit that he's got where he's talking about a tiger. And if you watch that and watch him play that out, it's one of the best bits you'll ever see, because he's talking about, you know, how this guy, you know, these people try to jump in the enclosures, and
Right.
he's talking about how the tiger was like, this is not a drill, you know. But if you watch that, you'll see what I mean about stage presence. It's just unbelievable the amount of energy that he puts into it. Dane Cook was the same way. You know, now he's an every guy comic.
Yeah.
You know, he's your buddy. He's like the most evolved version of the drunken buddy.
Right.
You know,
Right.
and so some people give him a hard time or call him a bag because he didn't come up the traditional stand-up route. He came up through social media.
Yeah.
And I don't know. He's fell off the past few years. I don't know if it's the young girl that he's with that's keeping him dried out, or if he just kind of something happened along the way and he didn't have it anymore. It does happen sometimes.
You know, a throwback, man, to Andrew Dice Clay.
Andrew Dice Clay was a hilarious comedian, but you want to talk about offensive? You know?
Yeah.
No,
Yeah.
he was offensive to every degree you could
Everybody, yeah.
potentially be offensive. But, you know, so was Eddie Murphy.
Right. Oh, God.
And now nobody thinks about that anymore. But Eddie Murphy, like, if you watch the stand-up Delirious, which is probably pound for pound, if I'm being honest, my favorite of all time, because I watched it a billion times as a teenager. And that's what inspired me to want to do it anyway. But you couldn't tell most of the jokes he told
Right.
in that set. and walk out alive.
Right.
You might get murdered on the stage if you did that set. But damn, was it funny, man. Oh, my God. Yeah, but it was a different time, you know?
It was.
Definitely a different time.
Yeah, yeah. Let me mention real quickly that if you do need a roof, please check out TitanRoofingCompany.com. Those guys over there are amazing. They give a 10-year transferable warranty. That's what's going to matter. That's what you're going to want to put in your pocket because, you know, you may very well sell your home. And when you do, that is going to be worth a lot of money. The very first question almost every guy asks about a house is, how old is the roof? Because they know it's a lot of damn money to repair it.
Mhm.
Okay. Also, let's say you had a claim and it was turned down for storm damage. These guys specialize in getting those approved. Go to TitanRoofingCompany.com and check those guys out. You will not be disappointed in that. So let me today thank XFL Jim. Man, what a crazy dude he is, and how great it is to have him. Man, I love this guy. He's insane. Of course, Rich Rockwell, the Bruce Buffer of
Sir,
Arkansas.
thank you.
And then I want to thank Dads After Dark for joining us here, and I'll pay
Man,
back
it
the
is
favor.
good.
Maybe I can show up on y'all's podcast
100%.
sometime.
Yeah, man, I'd love
Would
to
that be
come
all
up
right?
there
Could
and
I do
sit down
that?
with
Yeah, 100%.
Hell yeah, man. I
we
want to do
appreciate
that.
y'all.
Hey, real quick here, I do want to
Yeah.
shout out, reminder everybody, this Saturday, TNR putting on their event at Hard Riders. Come out, check that out. Say what's up. I'll be out there as the ring announcer doing that. Mid-South Wrestling Awards. Go on Facebook. Please vote for me. I've been nominated. Now they're accepting votes for best announcer commentator in the Mid-South.
Yeah, and it's got to be this guy. So I need
Oh,
everybody
absolutely.
to get out and make sure they know that the Bruce Buffer of Arkansas deserves this. And then don't forget, not that we want to shake you down a little bit more, but we do. The GoFundMe, so we can be on the block. So we're about almost halfway there now. If you guys could anything, I don't care if it's $5, $10, anything you can help with on the GoFundMe. It's just going to cover our food and hotel and everything to be part of this reality show, which is a big win for us. Listen, I sometimes Gunner gives me a hard time because I'm like, well, how many folks were listening today? What did we do today? And I'm like,
Right.
and he's like, are you good with that? And I'm like, well, I'd like it to be better. And he's like, you know, you've been on 2 months now, right?
Right.
And I'm like, yeah, I forget. It's a brand new endeavor, you know? And so, yeah, 2 months in, I think we're doing great. So I'm very happy about that. But I know that we can do so much more. And I know if we have these folks help, we can take this to that real level,
For sure.
you know, and we
Right.
can begin lifting people up all over the place the same way we're doing right now. And I think that would be incredible to have the best celebrities in the interviews,
For sure.
the best way to lift people up and keep bringing
No
you know, our
doubt, no
hometown
doubt.
folks in here and getting them noticed on a much bigger scale, because there are a lot of people right here in this state that deserve to be lifted up.
100%.
And we can do that, you know, with your help. So help us out. If you can help us get there and help us keep building this machine to lift everybody up, man, I'll be ever so thankful to you.
Sure.
And I know we're getting ready to kind of take a 2-week break for the holidays.
Yes.
So just
Yeah.
for me personally, I want to, everybody that's listening and tuning in, thank you. Merry Christmas and Happy New Year, and we'll see you next year.
Yeah, that's right. Tomorrow will be the last show of the year. We'll be back January 6th. Don't give me any shit about that. I'm not hearing it, okay? I'm not avoiding any days for any reason. We'll be back then. I'm going to take 2 weeks off that I need off real bad about this point. I promise you, I work a lot. Ask my wife. She's like, oh, do I know you anymore?
Right? Who are you?
Yeah, right. You're gone all the time. Yeah, I work about 4 to 7 now, 4 a.m. to 7 p.m.
Yeah.
is
Yep.
about my average schedule.
Wow.
So I need 2 weeks off.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But meantime, we couldn't be more thankful, more grateful. As I've told you forever, you're the best audience in the world, and I'll never take that for granted. Y'all have a good one, man.
Bicycle.
All right,
Later.
out.